All right, we should be live on Twitch and YouTube. Let me just update before we get jumping in. Actually, let me make sure because last time I tried to multi-stream, things did not go well. So let's make sure that both are working. So Twitch seems to be working with audio. And YouTube is also working with audio. Sweet. All right, we are live officially. I'm going to play to start. We're going to play some NASCAR Legends once I find my folder for it. I probably have to adjust the screen size for this because I know it'll redo it and it's going to be a little funky to get probably. Oh, that is loud. Oh, no, it's not. Perfect. It's capturing the screen itself. We're good. So we're going to start a new... I set some of this up. 1969. So last time I played this, I played 1968 through the season. I'm going to play it on 1969. I'm going to shorten the races a little bit versus what I ran before. I don't do pace laps just for saving time. AI is at 100. Which I don't usually, at least with the 68 pack, I don't know if the 69 pack has the ratings in the same ranges, but I very rarely win on this setting, but that's fine. That's part of the fun, is that it's challenging. My entry list should be that one. Is the season going to work? Let me see if the season worked. No, that did not. Where is my season at? Hang on, let me check my files. And that's what this screen's for. So let me check my... What is the schedule file? This is the one thing I forgot. Oh, okay. Do we just have to rename that one? No, wait, hold on. Where's all the calendar files? Apparently, you have to name the calendar just NASCAR.calendar, and I think that's all it goes off of. I might have to restart the game. Yeah, let's just restart the game real quick. Right quick. Unable to read calendar file. No! See, this is why we have the technical difficulty screen. Why is that calendar file not good? Alright, here we go. We'll do this. So that's that one, and this is the original. That starts at... Is it because this starts as a 0? No, that... Oh, why is that all messed up? That is all messed up. That's probably a part of the problem. They're just supposed to be... Oh, no, that's the month. But that... Why is that 0? That one should be 1. Although then it's 117. Technically, some of the races were the year prior, so that's probably part of the issue there. Let's see if that fixes it. Womp womp. No, it's still broke. Well, maybe we won't be doing the custom schedule. You know what, maybe I'll just put the schedule off to the other screen and we'll do single races and just kind of wing it. They did have their own point system, and then I could always just do that after the fact. Like, the point system in 69 was very different than real life. In more recent years. Oh, let me... Hang on. No, I got this all messed up. Now okay. Oh, yeah, I gotta swap the files back. Duh. Which means I'm gonna close them. Hold on. Can I just Control Z some renaming? Yes, I can. NASCAR, sure. It would not be a stream with me if we didn't start off on a rough foot here. No, audio, please. Wait, now why are you unable to read it? I didn't... Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is it because you were looking for the all calendar? Hold on, let's try this one more time. Oh, maybe, hold on. We may have the right thing now. 12%. Oh. Well, yes and no. It's starting at the right track, but it's not the full schedule. It's only 28 races. Maybe there was a maximum in this game that I don't know about. Because the original season was 50-something races. So we'll do them one at a time. Let me I was just moving the calendar on my other screen so I could actually see it. We'll just do a race at a time, and I could figure it out after the fact. Oh, where are all the tracks? Maybe that's why the tracks are not loading. Don't I have all? I downloaded a crap ton of tracks. That was the whole point. This is my track folder. I have all of these tracks, and yet in the game they're not. Whatever. We're gonna play what we have. Okay. I mean, because one of the downloaded tracks is working, so it's not like a. Well. Now wait, hold on. I'm confused. Because Georgia's here. Wait, no, Georgia's just Atlanta, is it not? Or is that... No, that's mid-Georgia. So that's here. But it's not in the single race mode? Alright, well then whatever. We're going through this mode. We'll figure it out. Oh, it comes with a setup. Alright, well that's fine. We're just going to run it. I normally just run the ace setup in these games, but I'm just going to run this one as is. I am playing as Bobby Johns because his car number is 7, and there is no 77 back then. I usually play very minimal HUD, but I'll put the standings up because I haven't played the 69 season, so I don't know the drivers' names fully. Like I don't, because some of the guys change rides from 68 to 69, so. And there's new guys, you know, it's season to season, and I don't know it enough. So I've not actually played this track. This is not a track that came with the game. This is one that somebody added in. I'm gonna have to look into the scheduling thing though, because maybe I can fix it after the fact or something. I don't know. For potential future streams. So plan today for my birthday is we're gonna do this game till I get bored of it, or till you guys get bored of it, or whatever. And then, depending on the time... Oh, I can't see YouTube chat. If you've been in YouTube chat, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'll have to fix that after qualifying. Was that the checkered? Did he wave the checkered? Okay. Let me fix my chat so I can see. Because I just realized Streamlabs is only set to Twitch chat, and I can't see the regular chat. So that means y'all probably were yelling at me and... Oh, professional strem. That's what this is. That's what this screen's for. Oh, and you guys actually can't see the... Hang on. Nope, there's my thing. Yeah, y'all have been already talking, and I missed it. 69-point system in 2003 is like comparing Dalton to Bronson. Brosnan. My bad. I can read. Okay. I loaded it up so I could catch back up, but yeah. Okay. Let me switch. Hang on. This actually should be the right one so you could see the full screen of the game. Once it... Okay, there we go. Now you can see the whole dang thing. All right, so 15th. So, like I said, this is... with the AI at 100, I don't end up winning these races, which is fine. Once in a blue moon, I do. Some of the short tracks or whatever, or some weird pit circumstance happens. In my 68 season, I think I won 3 races. I probably should have won like 5, but usually I run like just, at least with the 68 pack, I run like just around 10th, like 7th to 10th, somewhere in there. All right, so that's Dave Marcus in the 30 on our outside. But yeah, my plan was I actually tried to fill out as much of the 69 season as possible with download tracks, which the 69 season was like I want to say it was 56 races or 60 something. I had it on screen earlier when I was showing you guys my problems. But it was a lot of races. It's Elmo Langley in front of us in 64. Yeah, so I wanted to actually run like the full season. And races at the short tracks were way less miles. Like they were almost like a truck race distance. So this track was a 200. Actually, I don't know if it was. I think this was 200 laps, not 200 miles. Um, like how Bristol's 500 laps, not 500 miles. But yeah, these races. Oh, maybe I should see how many laps it is. Okay, this one's 60. That's actually a lot for my 12%. I don't know if I lengthened them or not. Elmo is one of the Legends drivers from NTO4. That's cool. Yeah, so... Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, I got turned. Elmo turned me. I kind of saved it. That could have been a lot worse. So, if you haven't played the older Papyrus titles, like pretty much NASCAR 3 or earlier, any little bit of contact, you're pretty much wrecking, no matter who you touch or how you touch them, you're pretty much going to get the short end of the stick. So, and the AI is a little, as you saw, a little jittery and interesting. That's Dick Brooks in the beautiful orange and black car. I love orange and black cars. Yeah, so the 69 season, the points were based on kind of just the track size. So anything that was 2 miles or bigger, I think. Wait, hold on. Or is it a mile and a half or more? I don't remember now. But the races that were 500 or 600 miles were 150 points for the race winner and 3 points per position, all the way down. The races at like a mile-ish length, so maybe a mile to a mile and a half, that range, I forget, with the exception of Darlington, it was 100 points for the win and 2 points per position. And the short tracks, with I think the exception of maybe Martinsville and Bristol, I don't remember exactly because I mean there's 50 some races. I went through the schedule and was looking at them all, but the short tracks are 50 points for the race win and 1 point per position. So essentially, if you win at a big track and you don't even run the short track, and somebody who finished like, I don't know, 3 times, what's 50 divided by 3? My brain, hello. See, I'm getting older now. Haha. That's like 17. So yeah, if you finish like 20th at a big track or have a problem at a 150 point race, and you go out and you win a short track, and the guy that won the big track didn't even show up at the short track, you're still behind him in points. So it was kind of skewed by race distance and or track size. It was weird. It was a very unique one. Hey Ian, what's going on? Woo. Oh God, it is hard. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to keep up with chat when you guys are chat. I do encourage chatting. I don't have my text to speech on because for some reason the app wasn't showing up and I didn't have time to mess around with it. So I'd rather just try to read. But this game, any of the older Papyrus games, it is hard to. You have to be really careful around the AI because they don't give you room until you're really fully alongside of them, pretty much. And like I said earlier, any contact kind of spins you, so like pretty easily. So you have to be really careful with them. So reading chat will be extra difficult versus most other games. Hey, 28's a good age, dude. Enjoy it. I mean, not that like I feel like I'm 28 still, mentally. Physically, I would say I feel my age, but mentally, I'm exactly where I was at 28. I'm pretty much the same spot, just hopefully a little smarter with work and other things and finances. How's the season going? We just started. This is the first race, and yes, this is NASCAR Legends. So I'm trying to do the full 69 season, but something happened with the way I set up. I literally went through and I set up the calendar file and the schedule and everything, and I tested it. Or I didn't test it. I set it all up knowing how the format's supposed to be. And I downloaded all these tracks, but none of the tracks are showing up in the single race mode. So I'm very confused. That's the leader behind us. Yeah, so we're just kind of winging it. But the first track, this is Middle Georgia Raceway. Oh god, I pushed. That is the leader, David. I think that's Pearson behind us. Hang on. Yeah, it's David Pearson behind us. I'm passing Friday Hassler, best first name ever, Friday. Well, I don't know if it's the best, but it's an interesting one. I'll give you that. And I have the AI at 100, and I'm using, I think it's AC Racing's, or no, it's GP Laps. Sorry, not AC Racing. GP Laps, NASCAR 1969 pack, where he redid all the ratings and did the paints and did a beautiful job. I'll have to show at some point in the stream the driver info page, because he got pictures for everybody, and the paint schemes are like awesome. And he did like paragraph write-ups on the driver bios, and I mean it's like 10 out of 10 detailed work. But yeah, so with this pack though, he tried to make the pace of the AI spread out to a realistic manner for the time period. So David Pearson, as you can see, is like just destroying everybody right now, and has lapped us already. So, but we're only running 15th, and we're lapped this early. So they spread out, they race, like I'm going to be in my own little battles, and it's not going to be in one big pack, and we get really spread out. We'll hit lap traffic at some point too. So it's a great pack for getting a little bit more realistic to the time period. Oh wow, you guys are active in chat today. I love it. You hope this doesn't become LASCAR, Ian. LASCAR Legends would have... What is LASCAR? Am I missing... I'm missing a thing. I've not heard of this. Alright. So we're up to 14th now, is the good news. The bad news is... I don't think we're going to get much... I think 13th is the best we could do, because I don't even see 12th. I know with the 68 pack, like I said, running 100%. I was running 15% race length. Now we're running 12. I shortened it a little bit. But I usually ran... Oh, LASCAR website. Okay. I usually ran 7th to 10th at like average. But once in a while, I'd just crank a win or a 15th. Oh, God. Leroy Yarbrough almost took us out. I think is that Leroy still in the 98? Yeah. Not to be confused with Cale Yarbrough, who... That's still one of the weirdest things. They both had Yarbrough as a last name, but spelled differently. And now I just helped Petty get into second. Oh, they keep track of whoever finishes last in a NASCAR race? Why have I not heard of this? Oh, it's Brock Beard. Dude, I love Brock Beard, and I've completely missed this. I need to go check this out. You guys just gave me a way to kill my Sunday tomorrow. Yeah, we're 14th. So like I said, I normally like to... Oh, I forgot to check for... Oh, it's a short track. We should be good on fuel. I like to run minimal info and minimal HUD for this sort of thing, other than learning driver names for cars. So, like, I don't even have the speedometer or the mile or the gear, like this thing on the left. I don't have that on. I could move this screen over because we're in a box. It's fine. I'm not really blocking anything. There's Bobby Isaac getting by us. I forget what Brickhouse's first name is, the guy in front of us here, the 03. I mean, obviously it starts with an R, but brain's going to just the default of Richard, but I don't think that was it. Oh, he's slowing up now. Let's take our... Oh, nope. Let's not wreck ourselves. I mean, Elmo turned us earlier. Oh, sweet. I will definitely have to check that out. Man, I wish Nadeau never got injured. Is it Richard? Okay, it is Richard Brickhouse. Like I said, I thought it was richer, but I was like, my brain was like, that's too, just common of it. Like it's probably not that. But all right, I thought it was something a little more odd. Is that Allison behind us? The other thing is when you put the live scoring on with the show the live gaps, now it only shows the last name. So it's a little tougher to learn, especially for the Allisons because there's plenty of them. But that's just Bobby, I believe. But I have to show you guys more of this pack because GP Labs did an amazing job with it. You know what? I have to try to get a hold of him and see if I asked AC Racing if he wanted to do a voiceover for any of the Lightning challenges when we finish modding that. But he didn't get back to me. But I should also ask GP Labs because I I really like his content, and you guys should check out his channel if you haven't before. He's a little more on the. I mean, obviously, if he made 3 full, very detailed packs for NASCAR Legends, he's more on the old school fan side. He likes to cover the older content, but I mean, I don't know, he's such a great content creator, I think, and just modder in general, or painter, whatever you want to say. Because I know he recently, and he could probably do the same for this game and the other games like it, of the time period. But he made a widescreen patch, or whatever you want to call it, for, I think it was NASCAR 2 or NASCAR 99, one of those. Um, and I think they also did that for the old IndyCar PC games. So, I mean, if you haven't checked out GP Labs or AC Racing for that matter, like channel wise or whatever, they're worth checking out. We are just on an island here. Boy, after Elmo turned us, he just checked out. I mean, I see him up there. I think he's that green car up there, unless it's a lapper. We are starting to get some lappers. You've been working on a 1998 car set for Thunder 04? Because if you are, if it's like, please share. Although I forget if it was 98 or 2000 that somebody in the community said they just did. Oh no, that's you. Never mind. Never mind. Ian, I'm bad with like screen name to, or chat name versus um, Discord names. But yeah, no, I already talked to you about that. Okay, do I think it's possible to put an entire mod on the disc? If we ever figured out how to actually change the core textures, so we'd have to figure out how EA compresses and decompresses their texture files or their DAT files, which I mean, people have done for the Madden games to some extent, but that doesn't work for the NASCAR games, unfortunately. So we'd have to figure out how to decompress and recompress texture files appropriately. Then you could put them on the disk. But currently, the way we've been doing the mods is with texture replacement through the emulator. So absolutely not possible to put that on a disk. It's anything that can run the emulator will work. Thanks, Neko. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I remember, Ian. You did for NRO3. You made it for, and then I was like, save the layered files or share them if you don't mind. And you said you would hook me up once we get there. So no, I appreciate it. I forgot that your name was Ian, to be honest, because I'm not, like I said, Discord name versus chat name and stuff. I forgot. I knew that before, but I just didn't remember. Oh god. See, yeah, I had to bail on that pass because I had a feeling he was chopping down. I was only at his quarter. If you're not, I think at least to their door, they will not necessarily give room unless they just happen to choose. See, he's still not giving room. Unless they happen to choose a different lane. You got to get all the way up. Oh, gosh. I thought I was up far enough. I was not. And there goes Donnie Allison. The texture shouldn't get jumbled up if you're using the mod tool and the correct version of PCSX2. They should work now. Like I spent a lot of time fixing any of the bugs with them loading. Should we go back and look at me spinning, or maybe just after the race? I'll go back. I'll show you what I mean by, like, I gave that guy room, but he just acted like I wasn't on the bottom. Oh, that's another thing with NASCAR Legends, if you haven't played it before. If a single car spin will not bring a yellow, which I like, because that's kind of how it was. But it also stinks if you're the one who got turned. I don't know all these driver names. Oh yeah, the 47 is Cecil Gordon, who runs the 24 later in his career, right before Gordon does. Or a few years before Gordon does. So yeah, Cecil Gordon in the 47 here. See how I had to bail? That was going to be contact. And then he slid up the hill anyway. Ay. I was up to his door and he still just took whatever lane he wanted to take. My guy, I'm even and you're still pinching here. Well, Oh. Okay, that was a 2-car spin, so they threw the yellow. Oh gosh, why are we still... Why? The pace car was on track, so I thought we were taking the yellow, but I forgot. This game... The pace car pulls out when the leader is coming out of 4. So if you're just in front of the leader, you have to race past... Like, me crossing the line, the yellow wasn't out yet. The leader's not out until the leader... Or, sorry, the yellow's not out until the leader takes the caution. And then you actually... So I checked up thinking, oh, we take the yellow. No. Yeah, unrelated Gordons who drove the same car number for most of their careers. Which I think is really ironic. I can't wait to get the challenges done for you guys, but I'm trying not to force myself to just sit and grind through creating them all, because it really is... I don't want to burn myself out, is basically what I'm getting at. I think by spacing out working on them, it's making it more fun and less like work, which I think in the end is going to get you guys the challenges quicker. However, so here's my plan. I'm going to do a quick start guide for installing and using the mod tool. And I want to release that before I do the lightning challenges videos and stuff, because I feel like the lightning challenges update's going to bring a lot of new people in. And I want to be able to point them to one video and be like, go here, this will cover your quick start guide. If you want more info, then you may have to dig through the website or a couple other videos that go into more detail. But I just kind of want a quick guide. So that has to be done first. Then I got to get the challenges working in the mod tool as well, working on that right now. I mean, kind of them both in tandem. And then... Which I already did. I made the interface for it. I have a way to set it all up. It all works. I've created, I think, 13 challenges so far of the 42 max. And then I'm going to have to make a video on how to A, use challenges, and B, like use existing challenges and load them up and whatever. And B, how to create your own challenges if you want. So that's all going to be coming down the road here a little bit. But like I said, I'm trying to space out the work because I don't want to burn out. I burn out easy on stuff like this. Yeah, Ian, I feel that. But I mean, I hit a lull with like 15 cars left, 20 to 15 cars left in the pack. I hit a lull. But then when I'm down to like 5 or 6, I'm like, oh, I only got these left. Let me get it done. So I kind of get like reinvigorated right at the end. But I feel that, dude. Burnout is such a real thing, especially when you're doing stuff for fun or for yourself or whatever. Like I'm not making money off this, so it's while I'm sharing my work with everybody and all that, it's not I'm not really getting anything back. So which is fine. It's just I'm just saying that like it's mostly for fun. Oh, we're gonna have a 2 lap shootout, a 1 lap shootout. Oh, this is gonna be silly. I didn't realize it was that late in this race already. Also, we're 12th. I thought I was 13th. Did somebody pit? No, I was ahead of. Well, actually, no. I think Friday. No, I passed Friday. I don't remember. Maybe that wreck collected somebody that was a lap ahead of us and they pit. You also got to watch for big checkups on restarts in this game. It can be sketch with the AI, so I try to give extra room, which for a 1 lap shootout's not going to help us any. I'm also pretty sure that's Friday right behind us, so that's for position. Nothing ahead of us for position for a while, though. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. See, they checked up really big. Luckily, I hit him just right, so it didn't spin me. It just kind of pushed him. This is the other reason why I like that the packs that GP Labs made spread the field out, because you could see as a pack they don't do well. That guy's got no rear bumper from his wreck repair. That's funny. I need to put the live scoring. Oh God. Well, that was okay. The race was over. We wrecked after the checkered. Oh, disappointment looms. It'll say that I think if you finish second, like pretty much if you don't win. No, Ian, I feel that, dude. Having too many ideas. I have the backlog of ideas and projects I want to do is nuts. But basically, whenever I get a new idea, I put it at the top of the backlog, and I'm like, let me try to like continue what I'm doing. Let that idea settle for a couple days before I toss everything out to well, not toss everything out, but just till I hop in. Oh, that's the end of the replay. We're not even gonna get to see me wreck. I thought it goes past that. Yeah, he just that was weird. Yeah, so I try to space it out so that oh, and then when we got wrecked here, so that I have time to sleep on it rather than jumping in the idea and getting ahead of myself. Oof, yeah, hit the right front a bit. Was there not? No, I guess the other one where Elmo spun me, and the other one where I spun somebody else did not trigger the incident thing. Oh, he like took a swipe at me here. Yoink. Yeah, I mean I didn't give a ton of room, but I feel like he also had room to his to the bottom lane there. But I didn't really lose much. I'm trying to get to where I spun somebody because I want to show you guys about chopping in on this game. Yeah, that was a weird one at the checkered. Come on. Oh my gosh, when was that? I'm sorry for making you dizzy. Oh, there it was. Oh, the guy that was missing the bumper that chopped me off after the checkered, that's who I dumped earlier. He was mad. It's not actually a thing in this game, but yeah. That's funny. It's really funny that that was him. But you can see like I'm at his quarter pretty far and he just turns, and I tried to bail. I mean, you can see how much I slowed down right there. I guess I kind of dove in actually more than I thought. I was pretty far back. But here, he still didn't recognize that I was there. So, I don't know. That was mostly on me, though, now that I look at it. Also, one of the fun things, they tell you the reason that people drop out in this game. And so his says electrical. And something I didn't realize, so you have this point standings whenever you leave a race. And I knew about that. And I knew about this race results button being the last race you ran. What I didn't realize is that if you click on a different race, it will show you that race's results. I never knew you could go back and look at that. I thought once you saw it, like, that was it. Also, did this update? No, it's still 28. All right, Riverside's next. You want to create an install custom cars and track space around early 2000s. Oh, for NR03. Yeah. Yeah, the AI does seem more human, but that was, I promise you it's not. That was just by chance. It's not a thing. So just for context, or I guess what I remember, I did run Riverside in the previous, because this is in the base game, this track. I didn't have to download anything. But in the 68 season, I wrecked out of Riverside. Actually, no, I think I finished, but I got wrecked while I was partway up through the field, and then I started to come back through the field again, because there was a yellow the first time, and then I got wrecked again, and there was no yellow the second time, and I ended up like finishing basically dead last. So the AI will, unless, well, I did download a Riverside fix, so I don't know. Ooh, this might not happen anymore. But Riverside used to, with the AI here, when they get up to this tight corner, they'll cut the grass. They'll just straight line it, practically, and run the inside wall. So we'll see if it does that still. There were a lot of, you know what, you point out the EJ name. There were a lot of interesting names back, well, not interesting names. There were a lot of people going by initials. There's GC Spencer, EJ Trevay. There's obviously AJ Foyt. I feel like there's one more. Oh, JD McDuffie. But I feel like there's one more in this 69 pack that exists that I can't remember. But a lot of people did the like first two initials rather than their name. Oh, that gear almost tops out. We had to do the whole warm-up lap for this track. Oh, is it just one lap of qualifying? Okay, well, as I clip the grass to start it, that's going to slow me down. I never know how fast to... Oh, God, how fast to take this corner. We're good. It's a lot easier when you have AI to judge off of for these turns. Alright, and then braking for this is a little sketch. We're good. I freaking love Riverside, though. There's... Oh, gosh, oh, gosh. We're good, we're good, we're okay, we're okay. I mean, it's slow, but it's okay. There's two versions of this track that I know of for NR03. One of them kind of makes it look like it's modernized, and I don't like that one much. I mean, it's fine, but I don't like it. The other one I think was Riverside. It was literally titled 70s, 80s or something like that as part of the track name. And that version of this track, I swear to God, is my favorite track to race on NR03. Hands down. And granted, I might be a little biased because I actually ran really well here in the couple times that I league raced here, and I'm not a bad road courser, but I'm not like good either. But this track's so much fun to drive, especially on that version. Oh, HB Bailey, yeah, that's another one. That's true. That's true. Well, we qualified. Oh wait, no, we're scrolled down. I was like, we qualified near the front. No, we're way down here. So EJ Trevay, GC Spencer, JD McDuffie. There's two Roys back here, I think I saw, unless it scrolled weird. And then AJ Foyt, who actually showed up for this race. Because I have him late in the pack, because he actually only made like 3 starts or something like that, or 2 starts in the 69 season. But with full fields, he ends up making the field because I didn't have anyone else to really put in there. All right, so the weird stop-start. How many laps is this? This is 21 laps. Hold on, let me pause. It says projected laps 29, so we should be okay. All right. Oh God, why were we 3 wide? Jeez, why? I wasn't clear left. He turned me off the start. I'm starting over. Hold on. That was BS. Because I was looking at things and he made it 3 wide on the straightaway when I was trying to not take advantage of the stop start. But whatever. All right. Yeah, that was a little too silly. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm gonna have a hard time reading chat for this race. Come on, rookie. Oh gosh, we're 3 or 4 wide. Why did he go in that gap? They're so aggressive with filling gaps, but they give you crap if you try to fill a gap. Okay, this is the fixed version of Riverside. They are not cutting that corner. Oh God, it's so crowded though. McDuffie got by us. Ed Negri over there in the 8. Or, yeah, in the 8. Dick Johnson. No, is that Dick Johnson? That's not Dick Johnson. This is too old for Dick Johnson. He ran the 80s and 90s. Well, I'm going off. You made it 3 wide ridiculously. I'm going off in the grass. And then you outgeared me anyway. This is a straightaway where I could catch up. Oh, they're all based off this one. Uh-oh, we got a smoker. Somebody blew up on the first lap. Up front, too. Yeah, one of the versions is definitely based off of this one, but it was just so much fun to drive on the NR physics. Excuse me. Oh, I clipped the grass. Oof, okay. I had to focus on that corner. I keep glancing up at the mirror. Oh, gosh. So I don't get dive bombed and turned. Because that's what ends these races usually. The smoker decided to stay out instead of pitting with his broke car. I think it's Charlie Glotz back based on the paint. No, it's not. It's Dick Brooks. Or no. Wait, who's in the orange car? The one I liked last race. Orange and black. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, it is Dick Brooks. Okay, I was right. Oh, there's another smoker way up ahead. 2 people blowing up in the first 2 laps. 18's totally unrelated Dick Johnson. Okay, so his name's also Dick Johnson, but it's not the one that I mentioned, which had one of the funniest moments in NASCAR TV broadcast history at Sonoma when he got stuck on the tires and they interviewed him in the car. It was so good. Benny Parsons interviewing Dick Johnson with, I don't know. That's if you haven't seen that, I think it was 90 or 91. I've linked it in the Discord before. It's my favorite interview potentially ever, although the Jack Hewitt interview is also really good. So it's hard to beat that, but the Dick Johnson in-car interview was so freaking classic. And the best is they show his in-car in the replay with audio when he first wrecks. Oh God, JD McDuffie sent it in there. I would have got turned if I didn't notice it. But when he first wrecks, when he's like out of control and on his way to the tire stack and he knows he's in trouble and there's nothing he can do about it, he goes, "Oh fuck!" And they cut the audio off right then, and it's just so funny. Was it one of those Bond gadgets that went wrong? Oh, the go like a Spy Hunter smoke screen. Yeah. Go Gadget smoke screen or something. I think he did pit. I wonder who dropped out that was ahead of us, though. Also, after a few laps, I want to check the fuel, see if we got a pit or not. I think at 12%, we shouldn't really have to pit for almost all the races. Which, I normally like to have pit stops and like to have that factor in, but I notice the AI is usually a lot slower in the pits than we are. Oh gosh, I'm gonna Earnhardt it here. They're a little slower in the pits than me usually. So I don't like having the pit stops as much because it gives me an advantage. I don't want. You just threw it in there. All right. Well, rookie cleared me. Oh, I didn't touch him. I know it might have looked like it, but I didn't. Hog that grass. You're gonna watch it gets a little slippy over there. Not slippy, but it's. I mean, well, I say grass. It's more dirt out here. There's a spin on the backstretch. It said that was probably out of the corner we just came out of. Let the hunt be the hunted, the hunter. I feel like you're missing letters. I'm missing corners. Oh, I didn't hit. Ah, I almost got turned. Almost got turned by a rookie. I'm not a rookie this year. This is my second season in the NASCAR National Series, Grand National Series. I really want to figure out why the rest of the tracks didn't work. Or maybe it only loaded the schedule. Maybe it only shows the schedule up to 28, but when I get to 28, it'll keep going. I don't know. But the track's not showing up in the single race is really weird to me. I'm not here. I need to turn up this game a little bit. Because I'm ignoring my spotter. Get out of my road. Oh, we're boxed in. Nope. We're still boxed in. I'm just going to settle in. Patience. Don't get wrecked. Oh, the yellow's out. Oh, we're going to have a yellow at this track? Oh, God. I'm sorry. You can't change your rules mid-season in this game. Otherwise, I would have not put yellows on for this race. All right, we're going to need some topics. On the outside. Oh, wait. I got to brake for this corner this lap on, like, last lap. Come on, beat him to the line. I gotta run. I gotta run. Yeah. Alright, we're up to the 20th. What's our fuel at? 22 lap. Yeah, we're good. That's the whole... Wait, you just said we're gonna have to make another one? Why? Oh, projected laps is 13. And we have 16 to go. Well, then we'll stop now and top it off. Take no tires. No tires, and we'll pit under the yellow. So we were going to have to make a pit stop. Oh, maybe some of the races will have pit stops then at 12%. And also this fixed version of Riverside is great with them running the correct line. I mean, it was kind of comical. They'd go through that turn literally like 5 wide all the way to the inside wall in the dirt. Like 3 wide in the dirt, 2 wide on the track. And 5 wide altogether. It was kind of extremely silly. So I'm glad the update I found for this track fixed that, because I didn't get wrecked as badly. Because going to that corner was scary. Somebody's smoking up ahead again, or still. That could have been whoever was up front smoking the first time we saw it. Well, the second time we saw. Oh, man. Alright, after I pit to kill some time on the caution, I'll go through the running order and see what names I can recognize to car numbers. I mean, to be fair, I looked at the pack like as I was setting up the roster and stuff, so they're going to be... Remembering the first names will be slightly easier for me, but... I don't know. We'll see. That looks like... Is that Bobby Isaac smoking? Yeah, and then he's pitting, of course, because he's going to drop out. Though a couple others are pitting. They should all pit for fuel, though. If you don't recognize Petty, you're crying. Dude, I love old school stuff. And Petty, you don't even have to be old school to recognize Petty. Is it Rick Petty? It's I see the R. Is it Rick? Come on. Come on. Okay, thanks, game. I feel like that was an iRacing moment. Oh, man. My eyeball's watering. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh yeah, because I only took fuel. I didn't take tires. Oh, I'm going to gain track position. There's AJ Foyt in the one. Also, if you're not aware, there is no pit speed. Just got to be careful not to get wrecked. Alright. It's not even 1 to green, is it? Oh, man. I may need some bonus topics. Alright. No, Richard's not out. He just pit. He just pit and took tires. He's not out. I think Bobby Isaac's the one that's out, and Dick Brooks. So, David Pearson, Leroy Yarborough, Davey Allison, Buddy Baker, Charlie Glotzback, James Hilton, Nicholas Castles, I think, Cale Yarborough, Elmo Langley, Paul Goldsmith, Richard Brickhouse, Dave Marcus, G.C. Spencer. I think that's Brandon Young, but I'm probably wrong. Bill Champion, Haas Ellington, J.D. McDuffie, Ed Negri, Bill Seifert? I don't know how to say his name. We talked about this, the Treve. Was it EV or E? Oh, it's Neil Castles. What did I say? I don't know what I said for Castles. Did I say Ned? I don't know. But it's Neil, you're right. I don't remember the other initial for Treve. I do not know the 46 at all. Maine. I don't know his first name without looking it up. Cecil Gordon. Doug Simpson? EJ. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Fred Warren. Dick Johnson. Is it just Jim Thomas? I don't know. Wendell Scott. Bobby Johns, AJ Foyt, Friday Hassler. I think that's Sammy Hutchins. I could be wrong. I'm just this is me going off memory. So if these are wrong, they're wrong. Bobby Allison, Buddy Arrington, Mr. Smith, Mr. Anderson. I don't know. Is that Ed Brooks? Eddie Brooks? Tyner, I have no idea. Gray, I always forget. He's in the 68 pack as well, and I cannot remember his name. Yeah, see, the further back, I'm not going to know them. Hessert, I don't know either. Arnold, my brain's saying Brad, but I'm not confident about it. Bobby Isaac, Richard Petty, Dick Brooks. Oh, Petty is out. I didn't think he dropped out. Why did he drop out? Bobby Isaac was smoking, not Petty. That's weird. We'll have to check the results screen and see the DNF reason. Oh, Roy Main, okay. Alright, 1 to green. We need another topic. This is a 3-minute caution lap. Oh my god. So we're gonna have 13 to go when we take the green. Lucky number 13. Something I didn't know about this game until last year, the mirror. I thought this was the only mirror mode, which doesn't show a car next to you. Oh, I can't. I'll have to pull up next to somebody. It doesn't show a car next to you till they're way too far next to you for it to be all that helpful. So, like, Dick Brooks is still... Oh, now he's trying to go up there. So it's not great. But if you hit the M key, it changes to this other view that is really helpful. I never knew that the M key changed the mirror mode. It's not in the options as a setting like a lot of the other keyboard shortcutted things are. That's... I mean, if Petty smoked, I'd give you that story, but he's not Dick Trickle. Jabe Thomas. Yeah, I was way off. Sonny Hutchins. What did I say for Hutchins? Sammy. Okay, well, you know what? Sammy, Sonny, I think I get close points on that, but Thomas I was off. Or actually, Thomas I don't even know if I guessed. I don't remember. Oh no, I said like James or something. Well, I mean, the A and the E are in James, but yeah, no, I don't think that's close enough. Sammy, Sonny, I think I did okay for not being sure. We are really slow versus this pack than I was versus last year's, but with 3 people DNF'd already, I'm gonna finish better in this one than I did in that one. Might also have to try to find the wreck that happened, because there was like, I don't know. We ran a whole lap practically before it threw the yellow for it. So there might have even been 2 wrecks. I'm really good at remembering. So I used to be. When I was a kid, I was really, really good that if you said a car number, a sponsor, or a driver, I could give you the others and describe the paint scheme without any problem. I was really good at that for a long time through my childhood. But and those ones still stick in my head. Like I pretty much still have the ones I had memorized as a kid. I still have memorized. But nowadays I'm not as good at it. I used to literally just for fun, like to prove my nerdy fandom, I would just start at 00 and count up to 99 and could tell you whether it was a driver, who it was, what the sponsor was, what the car make, what the, you know, all that stuff. I was very nerdy with all that as a kid. That's how you are now. I wish I was. Well, okay. I don't care that whether I'm still like that with NASCAR stuff, but I wish that my memory was as good as it used to be with anything. AJ's in a hurry. He's much faster than us anyway. Actually, we have a lot of faster drivers behind us, so this is going to be interesting. Oh boy. And you know how I said I have the fixed AI for this corner up here? The last season I did not run the fixed ones when I got wrecked. Actually, I think I did that on stream. I think that race it was... Oh god, I almost got wrecked. Oh god, I'm gonna wreck him. I'm gonna wreck myself. No. Back up. Yeah, the yellow's out. Now what? I feel bad. The yellow's out. Can I J-turn well? No, we're not going fast enough. Actually, that wasn't half bad. But we're gonna lose all our positions. That was my bad. I didn't brake soon enough for that section, and I knew the car was going to take off. I tried to lean into him so it wouldn't turn me, and it still didn't work. Ah, shoot. Should I just DNF this one so we can get to a race? Because, I mean, I feel like I'll let you guys decide if you think I should DNF so we don't have 6 to 9 more minutes of caution. I mean, I think you got to see enough of the track to see how much fun Riverside can be when we're spread out enough that we don't wreck. There's the yellow. We were running... Prior to the yellow that came out where we got fuel, we were running... I just got 20th there. I think actually, I hear you, Super Agent, on the decline, NASCAR's decline being part of why our memories are declining on like this stuff. But I think part of it, I think the two other factors. One for me, just getting older in general, but two, I think the big thing is that it used to be one main paint scheme per driver for the most part. Some low budget teams had a lot of paint schemes because they had a lot of sponsors switching out. But you pretty much had one primary that ran at minimum 2/3 of the season for every, like, for 90% of the field. These days, there isn't a primary paint for half the field. They have, 20 different paint schemes in a season. And they run like three of them the most, and it's like six times. So I think that's why it doesn't stick as well, is because it's just not as consistent coming to us. I mean, granted, the car make, the car number, the driver name, I can still do that pretty well, I think, for the modern stuff too. But it's like, it's not. There's no the paint scheme of the sponsor is like, I don't know. I could tell you one or two of them, but that's it. One or two of the sponsors per driver. I mean, oh gosh, excuse me. Yeah, Ian, I feel that. That sounds like fun. All right, what do you guys think? Should we bail on this race just to get some racing going? Run some oval tracks. I wonder if anybody's gonna. Oh yeah, the other half of the field's gonna pit that stayed out last time. We're technically gonna be in the right in the storm here. I didn't kill my tires. Spin it, no. Yeah, ally on Bowman's car. That's a good shout. All right, let's bail. We'll retire. Wait, hold on. Let me. I wanted to see the Rex. Oh, that 9 car's cool. We know. So did Petty wreck, or did he? No, Petty did blow up. So did Isaac. Okay. Well, who is the yellow? Anybody? Is anybody like at the back that's damaged? No, because they would have fixed it. Oh, you can't jump back laps. You gotta just hold this down if you don't know who wrecked. That was me. Wait, was that me? Yeah, that was me. So it was prior to that. Yeah, 3 drivers blew up like in a couple laps. That was crazy. And then they stayed out till the yellow. Oh god. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I can't jump laps. This is gonna take too long. So, Isaac and Petty at electrical. Dick Brooks and is it John Sears blew the gearbox out right at the beginning of the race. All right, so we're gonna DNF. We hit that twice and it goes really fast. Actually, watching the names of these guys come up through the field ought to be interesting once they go green. Because, like, Yarborough's back here, Glotzbach, Goldsmith, and there they go. Well, AJ's still just at the edge of the top 10. And now he's 4th. And now, oh, it's going so fast. Yarborough's up to 14th from 23rd. Can he get to the top 10? He's got 2 laps. He should be up. Well, he's 5 seconds back. Oh, somebody wrecked. Buddy Arrington wrecked right at the end of the race. Does this show up on the replay when you go ahead? It looks like it does. Buddy, what order are these in? They're not by. That's weird. Oh, did he beef it? Wait, can I not see it? Oh, okay, no, I can see it. Oh, somebody. Oh no, James Hilton. So James Hilton lost it in the S's, scooted up the hill, and slid back into traffic just in time to bam get clobbered by Buddy Arrington. Oof. Big old garbage, big old trash crash. Can we watch the... Wait, can we not watch his in-car? We can only watch this in-car. Come around the corner, smoking a pancake going into the dirt. And doink. 10 out of 10. Alright, well, Pearson's won the first 2 races. Those points are inaccurate, but that's fine. Oh, we're going to Daytona. Let's qualify. Henley Gray. I had no idea what his first name was. Why does this look like a different version of Daytona than I had? Wait, am I even in a good setup? This looks different than the Daytona I had originally, so I think this is one I downloaded. Oh yeah, no, I'm with you, Ian. Dude, if I could figure that out, that's probably the last... That and the caution thing at Bristol Martinsville. Granted, I have a workaround. You could shut cautions off in the middle of the race and then turn them back on with the mod cheats. But, man, if I could figure out how to get them to actually pit for repairs when they're damaged, it'd be so good. Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know. I know all the pit trigger code is... I mean, even just them pitting for fuel and tires under caution most of the time is kind of bad. But the worst is that with damage, they'll pit, but they just won't fix it. Like, if they make a pit stop, they don't bother to fix it most of the time. Yeah, this is a very different Daytona than I had before. So I definitely downloaded something. Actually, did this game have Daytona in the... I thought it did have a Daytona. I hope this version is better racing than the other one, because the other one, the super speedways are kind of... Well, I mean, the field spreads out back then, so... I like the big Pepsi Cola letters in 3 and 4, though. That's kind of fun. Not even brand color. You can't do that these days. Alright, one more lap. I gotta actually slow down for turn 1 this time. Okay, I think I slowed down a reasonable amount because it stuck pretty good. Oh, now I just killed all our speed out of 2. I actually could have turned harder and made it. I laid out of it a little too much coming out of the steering. We plowed into 3 that time. Why did it stick so well into 3 last time? I didn't really lift much. You would think with the way the corner arcs that you'd have to lift less for 1 and more for 3, but it seemed to be similar. Yeah, that was not faster. Okay, so we were a little slower qualifying than we should have been, but we still did okay. 14th. What setups? So, okay, it is in the A setups. Good. That's all I want. Well, the other weird thing about doing the starts from a complete stop, so we don't have to do pace laps, is oops, I just knocked things over. Is you sometimes will get a yellow right out of the gate from cars being stopped and messing about in the back of the pack. So you may have to restart to, which is Shift R, by the way, if you're playing this at any point. What? Oh no, this is worse than regular Daytona AI. I mean, I like how much of the track they're using, but they all slowed way up there. Alright, well. Bye, everybody. Oh, they're not using the top down this end. Oh, no, they are. They're washing up. I mean, that's how it was. The line's right, but them checking up was not. Oh, what am I... What am I doing going... I'm thinking this is a different game for a minute. I'm jumping to somebody's outside corner when they don't give room here till you're way up alongside of them. All right, we'll stay in line till the backstretch at least with Bobby. And I got Donnie behind me. Might get punched in the nose if I wreck one of them. There we go, big old draft run. Oh, I full sent it. Oh, that was too much full sent. Oh my god. I didn't consider how much more speed I had going into the corner from the draft than I did in qualifying. Pack swarming. That was dumb of me. I did not. I have no idea what speed I'm doing because I don't have those miles per hour up. I should put it. Yeah, okay. We're doing high 180s without getting a draft and a good corner. Oh, Glotzback's in the 88 this year? Okay, I didn't know that. He was in the 6 last year. Oh gosh, dude. Why? Glotzback and Goldsmith are two drivers that, like, I feel like if they ran more in NASCAR in that time, they would have been, like, champions, potentially. I'm playing on a controller. I have played this on a wheel before, but I kind of... I've been trying to get away from playing the older stuff on wheels because I was trying to get back into being competitive on iRacing for a while. So I flip-flopped. But I'm playing on essentially a switch controller. Using the thumbsticks, right stick for throttle up, down for brake, because they don't have, the switch controllers don't have range of motion for the triggers. They're just on off. Kind of the PS2 NTO4 controls for the two sticks was the right stick throttle brake and left stick steer. That's essentially how I'm running. I haven't played NRO3 other than 2 league races after I first joined iRacing, which is when it first went public in 2008. Or, yeah, 2008. So, yes, NRO3 with a wheel, but I haven't played it. Oh, God, have I really not played it since, like, I think 09 was when I did that league race. I came back out of NRO3 retirement. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've played NRO3 since then. Hot dang. Well, I know we have to revisit that, I guess, at some point. It sucks I cost myself the draft because we're fast enough. I think we'd have been able to get the next 3, or maybe even up into the top 5. Yeah, it was funny because I went to iRacing and I hadn't run NRO3 in like a year and a half, and this one league they had like car owners and stuff, and the one guy was asking me if I would run for him because he needed somebody, and it was Martinsville, and I'm usually good at short tracks, and I hadn't run NRO3 in so long that, like, I told him, I said, I'll run for you, but I can't promise you anything good. I'll do my best. But the 1 hour of practice we had before the race, it was fixed setup, luckily. That's the only... I wouldn't have done open setup. But the 1 hour of practice we had before the race, it took me, like, 40 minutes to just be comfortable. And I don't think I qualified good. I mean, I didn't qualify bad, but I don't think I qualified good. And probably about halfway through the race, I was back in the groove. This one's NASCAR Legends, Dylan. So I just got back in the groove halfway through the race, and I think I was running like 10th prior to really feeling comfortable. And I drove up to second, and I was battling for the win late in the race. and I ended up getting. I passed the guy with. Now, you guys that have played NRO3 online, you know that this wasn't that bad of a deal. We made contact when I passed him, but he didn't even really drift. He didn't hit anything. So you know it was light contact if we didn't, if neither of us wrecked. Because NRO3, like, you know, with the online, it's really sensitive to contact. You can't get away with much. So we hit light enough that we neither of us wrecked or got out of shape really. And he didn't like go right back after me or anything. I mean, he was still trying to battle me, but cleanly, as clean as I did, and it was all good. And then like I think it was like 3 or 4 laps to go, he just full scented into turn 1 and dumped me like Austin Dillon at Richmond. I mean, it was so bad. It was laughably bad. And I don't even think he won. I think he screwed himself up by going that ridiculous because I had a small gap on him at that point. And I told the guy, I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm on iRacing and not on NRO3 anymore, is because like your officiating's up to whoever's running the league, and they obviously didn't care, so it was kind of silly. I do miss it though, but I just kind of, the whole thing is that once I got competitive on the iRacing stuff, I kind of just was worried that I would just get bad habits playing other games on wheels, so that's why I'm controllering. All right, well, the good news is we're getting back in a draft range. The fuel is estimated 14 laps, and we have 14 to go, so we're going to be close, but probably okay. Although, in the draft, we're going to have more pace. Yeah, so, Dylan and anyone that's joined that wasn't here earlier, so I'm playing NASCAR Legends with a controller, and this is the 1969 season pack made by GP Laps. And if you haven't heard of GP Laps, check him out on YouTube. He makes fantastic, mostly old school content, like older racing games or older series in NRO3 or whatever. I think he did like the old, was it the trucks? Yeah, there was a like the original truck series, which was in like the 50s or 60s or something, and short-lived. There's a mod with that, and he covered that in NRO3 as well, so that was cool. But GP Laps made the 1968, 1969, and 1970 like full car packs. It has like 50 drivers in it. Great bios, driver photos, like everything. And driver ratings that make them actually space out and spread out like a real race of the time period, as you can see. So highly recommend checking his stuff out. But I played the 68 season. Some of it I did on stream, some of it I did off stream because the streams didn't do too well, so I just kind of thought, nah, I'll probably just play it casually. But I did the 68 season with the game's default schedule. But for 69, I wanted to actually run the full 50 whatever race schedule it is. So that's what we're doing now, and this is the 69 pack. Oh, you don't do online at all? I don't know. Ian, I'm one of the few people that says iRacing's worth the price when you're if you're A, competitive, or B, just in a couple of leagues that have good groups of people. And I could point you to a lot of leagues that have great groups of people, but they're also pretty full up usually because they're a great place to race. But I'm one of the few people that says it's worth it, but I also am at an age and a job situation where like buying tracks and cars here and there is fine. I haven't, other than trying to make I mean, you guys saw in Discord, I was trying to run it's not called Road to Pro anymore, I don't think. But I was trying to get back into the NASCAR series. And honestly, I absolutely think I would have if it wasn't for some bad races right out of the gate. I'd such a bad, I mean, you guys saw, I was getting wrecked running top 5 in multiple races. Like late in the race, I just got wrecked. I never protested people more in my entire history of iRacing, and I mean from 2008 to 2025, as I did in 2026. I protested as many people this year as I have in my entire history there. So it was bad. But I don't know. And all the protests came back as like, oh, it was just a racing deal. It's like this dude got 24 incidents in one race and had to like serve a penalty and then get parked, and you still didn't do anything about it. I gotcha. Okay. No, see, that's fair. I honestly, part of me, look, I love the competitive side of it when it didn't become 20 hours of setup work minimum to one race. I love the competitive side of it. But the problem is once you're at that competitive side, the even if I run a race, even if I run a league race, just, I join some friends for fun, it's really hard for me to get out of my competitive headspace, and it's really hard for me to have fun and be happy with even a decent finish. If I am way off pace, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? I'm not even close to what I used to be, and that bothers me. If I'm competitive pace and I run like third, I'm disappointed. I'm like, I'm third. I should, man, if I did this different or I did that different, I could have won. And it bothers me. And I hate that I can't just look at a third as fun anymore. The only level I could look at a third as a great day was in the Coke series, was in the top series, because that it's so competitive that's an amazing day. And I spent 8 years at that level, but I spent 8 years at that level where I was like a 15th to 20th place car most of the weeks. And once in a while would have like could be a top 5 and sometimes be 30th. But that series, it's so competitive, dude. It is crazy. But now it's so much. I think the other thing that annoyed me and kind of got reiterated on my attempt this year is the setups that are fast drive terribly. Like, it's not about making a car fast and then comfortable. It's about making a car fast regardless of how uncomfortable it is. And then just dealing with it. And while that was probably the truth for a lot of real racing back in the day, you still, you had the danger aspect as your main limiter, but you still would approach a race where you're trying to take care of equipment first, is what it mainly was. Hey, what's up, dude? Thanks for the birthday wish. Appreciate you popping in. But yeah, so now it's just about making crazy setups and try to just hang on to them. And I don't know. I miss being able to casually, which is why I play some of these older games and why I use a controller. It keeps me in that casual mindset, even if I'm playing with people. So it scratches that itch. If you can play the Richard Burns rally and not wreck in a rally, you're a good gamer or a good racer. That game's so hard. Oh gosh, I'm overdriving. I'm trying to catch Donnie here. Down to 5 to go. Do we have enough fuel? I didn't check it in a while. Yeah, we do. Okay, we're good. We're going to get a top 10 here at Daytona, but Daytona's not the most exciting on this game, unfortunately. I mean, at the time, too, to be fair. AJ Foyt in the top 5, though. Up there in 4th. In what real life, he only ran 2 races, so his ratings are high because he ran really well in those 2 races. But on this game, because I needed to fill out the roster, I ended up putting him in, and he's going to be in every race that I have a full field. Which I tried to change it so every track pretty much, except for a couple of really tiny tracks, should have full fields. Oh, we're actually there's lap traffic up there. We're going to get to them. I don't know. Look, there's plenty of people that are good at Richard Burns Rally. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that as far as as far as racing games go, that was probably the hardest one for me to pick up and adjust to where I could actually competently drive. It felt like monotony. What was monotonous about trying to sim race? The practice, because I get that. That's something else. I feel like if I enjoyed practice still, I'd be right back at the top level or close. Um, but I freaking hate practice, dude. We were talking about burnout earlier. I can't, man. I mean, I put in enough till I'm comfortable, until I can adjust the setup a bit, until I'm happy with it. But I cannot put in the hours I used to put in. At my age, it feels like it's such a it feels like a waste of time. Even if it does have a payoff, it still feels like a waste of time, which I hate. I hate that that's like that. I miss enjoying that sort of stuff. Yeah, no, 100%, Ian. That's why I love fixed setup leagues and stuff like that. Because a fixed setup league, the practice I do is in the public session the day of the race, and that's it. I jump in that session. There's people there. We're hanging out. We're practicing together. We're having fun, and that's is a little risky. Okay, we're good. And that's pretty much all the practice I do is just in that session, and then just have fun with it. But if it's open setup, man, it's I haven't enjoyed it in years. Even oh gosh, even when I test as a group with my teammates, like I don't know. I mean, that's more fun than by myself. But I also find it really hard to tell. Oh gosh, slide job. I find it really hard to tell how good or bad my adjustments are when I'm practicing with teammates, because our conditions are so different all the time. All right, one lap to go. We're gonna end up seventh here unless I do something stupid in the last lap. I haven't played Gran Turismo in a long, like I haven't played. I think four was literally the last one I played. And I played three, like I mean, not 100% complete, but I got darn close. And as a kid, and that's, I mean, you guys know how much time it is to 100% any of those games. They're insane. But I played the crap out of GT3. Oof. I gotcha. All right, seventh, not bad. Who won? Leroy Yarborough won by 2 seconds over Petty and Pearson. And did we have a DNF? No, nobody DNF'd. All right, so that was Daytona. We'll get to a. Oh, I gotta accelerate the end of the race so everybody finishes. Yes, nobody was out. Like I said, Leroy won. What track are we at next? Pearson's still leading the points. Only by 6, though, despite winning the first 2. And now we're Rockingham. Heck yeah. I don't know who that is. I know who Ayrton Senna is. I don't know who the other guy is, so I'm gonna guess that that's a big gap. That's cool, Super Agent. I used to record a lot. I used to edit a lot, and I used to do all that stuff. But man, I've still got piles of replays. I used to save every race I ran for whatever reason, thinking I was gonna go back, and I just stopped doing that. I used to do highlight videos. My other YouTube channel has my old iRacing videos. If you go on YouTube and you search iRacing marathon mode, you'll find my like 480p videos, because YouTube likes to kill stuff that's old. and not watched. Actually, some of them might have been downgraded to the 360. I don't even know anymore. I mean, I still have the originals, but I used to just combine random highlights from practice, from races, from glitches, all sorts of stuff. And my NRO3 days, I made quite a few videos from that too. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know that name. That would be why I dove into one way too low and way too quick. Honestly, F1, I've been hit and miss over my life of watching them. Like, I get into it for a couple of years, and then I get out of it for a couple of years, and then I get into it for a couple of years. I don't know. I haven't stayed. It hasn't held my interest long enough or consistently enough. Holy cow, we're way up front. We're 6th. Hot dang. All right. We're going to get some lap traffic in this race then. All right, 75 laps projected. It's 60 lap race, so we should be good, though the projection before we run laps is usually a little nicer than the reality. "60 laps at Rockingham." I always thought it was interesting that a lot of the tracks back then, you notice how there's concrete walls where there's fans, and then there's the guardrails or guide rails, if you want to go under the dumb new name, in the corners. I get it's to protect the fans, but it's like, keep the drivers on track would also be nice. And honestly, it's fine, dude. A lot of people did that. I did both. I ran competitively and I mess with AI. You're huge. Oh, Raikkonen fan as I almost take out Petty. Oh, wow. Well, if you didn't know he was running it, then how huge of a fan are you? No, I'm just trolling. That's cool, though, dude. I was trying to think. I had something I was going to say to that. Oh, probably, you know what? Sharing fun memories of racing games. In the NRO3 days, when I was in a couple of leagues and I was on a team of like, heck, there were like 8 of us. We used to, 4 of us, sometimes 5, 4 or 5 of us would, on a random Saturday, like maybe once a month, we would load up our own sessions. I would host usually, or one of my teammates would host, and we would have a random session of running the, if you know the track, you know, but Talladega's 70s and 80s version on NRO3. The AI would sometimes go up to 5 wide, and they would often just have a wreck on their own. So we would run 10 lap races. We'd start at the back. We had the AI cranked up pretty good, but we were also quick. And we would try to just race through the field. And if they wrecked, we would try to dodge it. And my God, we spent entire Saturdays doing just that. Back to back to back to back. Take a break for lunch. Back to back. Take a break for dinner. Like, it was so much fun. It's, I don't know. It was just like playing the lightning challenges where you had wreck avoidance, except it was different every time. But we had such a blast doing that. And you could flip out of the track at that version of the track as well. And it had the big wall on the inside, the bank on the inside on the backstretch, so you could get launched up the bank. I gotcha. You only watch Bush and Trucks when it's like Bowman Gray, Madhouse, week to week mayhem. That's fair. That's fine. To each their own. There were a couple of years I liked Bush and Trucks more than Cup, but I find it hard to follow Busch and Trucks without following Cup. I mean, Trucks probably, but not not the Busch series without following Cup. It's hard to, or whatever you want to call the secondary series. O'Reilly. That's funny. Well, if he was finishing better, they should have been making more money. So that doesn't check out to them planning well. The pay should be like a base amount or a minimum amount for a year, and then oh, there's a spin in two, and then a percentage of your winnings, and then if your winnings percentage total surpasses your minimum, then that's yours. If it's below the minimum, then you still get the minimum for the year. Like that's how most contracts should be, but I don't know what they're actually like at that level. I only know what they've said on Junior's podcast mostly. That's fair. It being on one network is easier, except for the fact that I don't get that network. So, yeah. Shane Meal gave Jarrett the finger. I saw a picture of Jeff Gordon in his sprint car days flipping somebody off, and I mean, it was in the pits and it was like a laughing flip off, but I thought that was funny because I've never seen that before, and it was just the other day that I saw it on Facebook. And it wasn't AI because he had five fingers. No, it definitely wasn't AI. You could tell it was. I'm pretty good at spotting AI BS right now. Granted, a couple of years from now, it's gonna get better and better and be ridiculous. But I don't want to get onto that topic too much here. All right, question. Uh, do we want to after this race switch to something different? So the two other things I had another racing game that I wanted to play today, and I have some tier lists for the 1990 and 1991 packs. I didn't get time to organize any of the other ones, and because I made the 90 and 91 packs, it was kind of easy. But where we could tier list the paint schemes, I say we. I mean, I'm gonna tier list it with what I like, and you guys can argue with me. Look at the traffic we got here. Let me put the live timing up so you can see some last names at least to identify some people here, or so you guys can. I like his paint. Oh, he's got Pepsi Cola as a sponsor. Is that the first Pepsi car? Man, that's crazy. Oh boy, being three wide with the AI is not great. Digging the outside. Make sure you establish position before corner exit. Oh, and then sneak down. Oh, this is the guy I wrecked the other week that got mad at me. Or at least it seemed like it. Okay, I'm going to have to catch up on chat here in a minute because it's hard to read it in traffic. Excuse me, Cecil, JD. Oh, we're going to get a big run on Foyt because they checked up. Checked up for traffic. Now we're three wide. Oh, God. Oh, no, there's no room. Okay, I went apron to avoid contact. That was going to be bad otherwise. You watch Arca West? That's awesome. I would love to watch some smaller series and give them some love and support, but I don't know. I got way too many other things I want to do more than that. Well, we're in the top 5, and we're going to be in the 4th here with the traffic jams, lap traffic jam. Oh boy. All right, Leroy's probably going to get back by us because he's definitely quicker than us. It was just traffic that got us here. Oh man, he's going to the outside. Well, he looked there. Wendell Scott. Oh yeah, no, dude. Tracks back then and now, they're, I mean, the basic shapes here, but the yellow dash lines and the difference in walls and stuff like that, no. Oh, Leroy, he crowded. I hit the wall for safety. It was safer to hit the wall than AI cars. Oh god. What am I doing? All right, we're making moves. We're going big. Dick Johnson was holding up Petty on the outside, and Petty wanted to go way up top for some reason when he gave him the whole bottom. All right, 3rd. Hang on. Let me pause and check the fuel's good. 37 projected laps, 37 to go. Oh, maybe 12% was a bad idea. 12% race length. Turns out that's how much fuel you have in most tracks. Oh, there are people on pit road. If they all pit, I'll pit. The barrier was safer. I mean, it was safer in the fact that it gave to impact more than a concrete wall. But they were not safer in the fact that they'd bust apart and it could come through your car. Like, I don't know how a driver didn't get just straight up impaled in NASCAR back in the day. I mean, maybe it did happen, and I don't remember hearing a story about it, but I don't know. Honestly, like, if you guys check out old school safety stuff, it is insane that more people didn't get hurt. Knowing how many people died or got injured, like in the 90s and 2000s, if you go back to these days and you look at some of the wrecks, it's like, how in the world were there not more people just straight up dying in crashes? Is beyond me. Like, no headrest, one seat belt, like a lap belt half the time, or like the regular car seat belt. I don't know. It was nuts. And then they're going 180 around Daytona like that. Just the balls on those guys, or just the blind ignorance, whichever one you want to equate it to. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a couple times that's happened, but it wasn't like as often as it should have been. Oh, you're laughing at. Oh, okay, yeah, hitting the wall was safer than hitting the car. Ah, I got you, Ian. I mean, with this AI, it is. It's Friday Hassler. Oh boy. All right, well, we're up to Pearson, though we don't have any traffic for a bit, or we don't have much traffic for a bit. Although that said, I think the longer run, I think I'm faster than them now from the tire wear, or at least closer to their speed, because I just ran 3 and 4 with them. Oh, you're just gonna give up the bottom and then crowd it right when I get there? That's fine. And then Bobby Isaac's gonna get held up by not J, is it JD Spencer? No, GC Spencer. JD McDuffie. I'm getting letters wrong now. Oh boy, GC Spencer. We might get a W before the stream's over. Bro, I will not. I know you're just being topical on the driver that's leading, but I will not give Bobby Isaac crap about that. Like, it is still one of the craziest stories that he just like up and just was done. But like, we were just talking about the danger with it. I do not blame him, man. I really do not. All right, here's a question. Do you guys know why Fireball Roberts was called Fireball? How he got that nickname? I want to see if anybody knows their old school trivia. While we battle, I don't know what our fuel's like, and it's fine. I'm just gonna keep going until I see them pit. There are 2 cars on the back in the backstretch pit that were there earlier. I don't know if they're still there. We'll have to see if they're just yeah, they're still there. So they just dropped out. Well, you guessed the reason right. You took the context clues. He was a baseball pitcher in I don't remember if it was just high school or what, but he had a really good fastball back then. So he got the nickname Fireball, and that carried over to racing. Did he like cinnamon whiskey? uh, I'm a non-drinker, and I know that joke, so I can appreciate it. Good. I don't know that was a drink back then. And honestly, I didn't know that it, like, I knew the drink Fireball existed, but I didn't know it was cinnamon whiskey till you typed it, so that works. Man, they got really held up there by traffic. I mean, I seem like I have the pace now. I just got a bunch of track position because of the traffic, but even when we weren't in traffic, I had the pace. There's Paul Goldsmith in a red car. Last season he was in a white car with a red stripe. Now he's in a red car with a white stripe. Nope, I'm not going to fill that gap. Yep, nope, he was going to come down regardless. We'll get him on exit. Try to. So now that I'm leading, I need to, and I have a gap, I need to just chill a little bit on my aggression as we come up to put Simpson two down. But yeah, so you see how the pace of this pack, like the slow car down low. The pace of the pack is, or the pace of the cars in this season pack or whatever in the game is accurate to spreading them out. I have people I'm now lapping twice. I have people I'm lapping for the first time, and we're, you know, there's a lot of gaps around, but there's still good battles and good racing, which is what's fun about it. And if you ran 100% race on this, you would end up with like very few cars in the lead lap, like it was back in the day, you know, with caution timing being a big factor. I feel like everybody's pitting now. No, okay. It's just this pack is scaring me. And Elmo wrecked me the other week. Well, he turned me a little bit. Charlie Glotzback running the high side. I'm running the higher side. Ha ha ha. Oh, we're 3 wide. Swoop. I just said about not being aggressive now that I got a gap. And what am I doing? I can't help myself. So yeah, I guess to circle back to my question, would you guys rather some ranking of paint schemes or like tier listing of paint schemes, or would you rather me jump? Oh God, no room, no room, no room, no room. Thanks. Or would you rather me jump to the other game I was planning on playing? That the only hint I'm gonna give is that it is dirt related. It's dirt racing, not asphalt, but there's a different twist as well. Oh gosh. Racing driver gonna race. Does that mean you want me to race rather than rank paints? Is that what you're saying? Or are you talking about us trying to wreck each other here? Diving it in. Oh, I almost hit him. JD. I really like this old pack, man. I'm telling you, GP Labs put so much effort in this. It's awesome. 20 more laps. Do we have enough fuel? No, we do not. No, we do not. We're gonna have to pit. Excuse me. Alright, so here's where it's a little funky, and why I was trying to shorten the races where we didn't have pit stops, is like, obviously, I'm not going to take tires. We only have 5 laps of fuel we need to pick up. But the computer guys are going to, probably some of them take tires, whether it's 2 or 4, they mix it up. Oh, you're talking about the aggression? Yeah, yeah, no. Well, now I have a gap, like a pack gap, so I really, really shouldn't be aggressive with the AIs the way they are in this. That's fair too, if it's accurate. You know what? Actually, that you can control too. There's a setting on the each track. It's per track. You could control how often, like a lap range that AI drivers may make like lose control, which will cause more wrecks. And there's also I think there's also a breakdown frequency or car reliability stat or something like that. I don't know how much that matters in this game, but I think there's something like that. Alright, so I don't want tires. This is the weird thing about using a controller is I still have to hit the keyboard buttons to switch. How much fuel? Because it's saying to fill it up, which is not what I want. I have 5 gallons, which can go 11 laps, just changed to. So I really only need like 2 more gallons than that. What's up, Kyle? Yeah, I did see it. Your first message went through. I appreciate it, dude. Welcome back in. Sorry your phone's being a phone. Modern day tech. No, you're right. Normally they don't, but this one you literally set a lap range of like minimum and maximum laps before an AI driver will have an issue, like with spinning out or losing control. That said, this this particular game and the AI with it, if their lines collide, they will sometimes just make contact and wreck on their own without having to change that setting. So this is estimating I need 8 gallons to finish, so that means, whoops, if I pit now, it'd be that. I only shifted because I slowed down too much trying to adjust things on the keyboard. The fuel. So you guys don't care if I play this or if I rank paint schemes or from the pack or if I switch to the other game? So I think I'm most wanting, personally, I think I'm most wanting to switch to the other game. I do want to do a like tier list of paint schemes from our mod packs and stuff, which are just from the real life years essentially. But I don't know. I feel like that could be a video rather than a part of a stream. But part of the stream you guys can debate with me. What's going on, Kirk? Welcome. You don't mind, do what you want? That's fair. Okay, the AI's starting to pit, so I'll pit. It says 6 gallons now. Let me just confirm. I normally don't pause games when I'm racing, but considering I have to drive with this and I have to change with the keyboard, it has to be done. So there's 11 to go. I can go 7 laps on 3 gallons. So yeah, but that's plenty. And I'm not taking tires. The right rear is getting yeller though. Past halfway. All right. And we'll pit this time. Oh, also pausing in this game's funky. Oh god. Oh god. I almost wrecked James Hilton. And he's pitting. Okay. I was gonna say I'm pausing in this game is funky because when you unpause it like jitters for a second, so it kind of jumps in time. So I don't know if the AI will just do fuel like I did. We'll have to see. Oh, why are you doing a pit speed? You guys are supposed to just dig. Alright, well if you're doing pit speed, I'm going to slow down because I don't want to even more unfair advantage than I think I already got from only taking fuel. Because James Hilton came in the pits with us, and I don't see him behind us, so I think we got an advantage. Also, you guys slow down on exit. It's fine. But while it's not like this unfair advantage of pitting and taking no tires versus all the AI. I think taking tires. It's not like we were um, like running badly before that point. So we were leading prior to pit stops. So it's not like I'm going to win because of it. Yeah, okay. We already got the lead back. Everybody pit. Yeah, no. So okay, we're gonna lap everybody because they all took tires. So this result's gonna be skewed from what it really was. I mean, my finish isn't gonna be skewed. The gap to everybody is gonna be skewed. Oops. Why am I shifting? I mean, you can, but I don't think it's necessary. Tell you what, the Leroy's... Oh, he is second. He's just lapped. Here, you got fresh tires. Go ahead. Although you're going to get slowed up by the guy coming out of the pits, probably. Yep. I would say this is the problem with older AI, but I feel like some of the newer AIs also do stuff like that. That's one thing, when I make my racing management game, which I've put on hold for a different project I want to do first, and I don't just mean the lightning challenges, there's something else I keep hinting at that I'm going to do the lightning challenges, and then I'm going to focus hard on that other project, and then I'm going to work on my racing management, team management game. But when I do the AI for the management game, I've already started some of the AI for the management game, and let me tell you, I am going to do my damnedest to make the racing entertaining to watch. Like, and be meaningful. I already have it coded in where drivers will search for different lanes and different approaches around each corner based on their preference and like their driver particular preference and the cars around them and who's fast. So if the car behind you or in front of you within a maybe 2-3 positions is so someone who should be similar skill to you, well, I mean, I'm talking from the AI's perspective. If they're faster the past lap or two running the outside, and this AI that's checking is running the inside, they're more likely, depending on the speed difference, to try the outside for a lap or two and see if it's faster. So I'm trying to, like, I have some of that coded that's already kind of set up, and I don't even have the physics fully set up. So I'm focusing most on the AI logic being entertaining first. Like that's the primary focus. Because if you're doing a team management, like watching the race, you don't have to watch the race. You could just skip it and do the week to week stuff. But watching the race should be an enjoyable time, whether you're watching at regular speed or sped up or anything. But at the same time, though, I don't want the micromanaging. The one thing I'm avoiding is I don't want you to micromanage the driver where you're like, go aggressive, okay, take it easy, okay, do this. I don't want the player to have control of that. I kind of just want it to be like, if you're not happy with how your driver drives, then you should hire a different driver because that's their driving personality. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. He's lapped. Don't worry, Yarbrough's lapped. He caught me earlier, but then he got held up. But he's on fresh tires. That's why he's catching me so quickly. But lap traffic is fine. I'm just going to run the rail here. The pit stop difference made it no pressure. But I feel like I had a pretty big gap before pit stop started anyway. There we go. Gotta win. Ooh, I tried to drift it. drift it? Can we do a drifty? I mean, it was like a four-wheel slide. I was not turning right. Hi guys. Smash. We did it. We got a win. Patience and persistence pave the way to victory lane. Oh, we didn't have... We did have an early yellow, but... Or no, we didn't have an early yellow. We had an early wreck that didn't bring out a yellow. EJ dropped out with the clutch. Dick Brooks broke a gearbox. And everybody else finished the race. So we get the win over Leroy Yarborough, Bobby Isaac, David Pearson, Richard Petty, AJ Foyt, Donnie Allison, Yarborough, Cale Yarborough, Buddy Baker, and Bobby Allison. No surprise on that top 10. Sonny Hutchins in 11th, Neil Castles 12th, James Hilton 13th. That's pretty cool. Pretty good top 15 though. All right, well this has been some NASCAR Legends. I'm gonna switch gears and what's next if we decide Augusta, one of the downloaded tracks. Nice. And then Bristol. All right, a couple of short tracks. So I'm going to switch to something else. If you can give me a moment. I have, no, that's the NASCAR Legends screen. I haven't configured the controller for this yet, so I have to do that. But, loud noises. I might have to turn this down in general, so that's maybe a good warning. So I'm not going to do the tier list now or potentially today. Where's my shortcut? I made a shortcut for this. Hello? Did I not? All right, fine. I'll just navigate to it. I made a shortcut. And well, now you guys saw it already. Can I? Oh yeah, it was the other one. Skip this. Oh, I gotta turn it down, don't I? Probably. Oh god, it's so loud. How do I?
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here. Copy it down, Eagle. For one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. Tranquility, we copy on the ground.
I didn't think I still had a keyboard shortcut to mute, and you know what? When I tried to skip the game intro, all right, let me crank the game down, so that shouldn't be so bad. When I tried to skip the game intro, it yeah, I just I think I accidentally muted it. But weirdly, I couldn't find a button to unmute, so we may have to watch the intro again, and I apologize because I don't know why it wouldn't let me skip it. But it wouldn't let me skip it. Oh, it did let me skip it that time. Okay, we're good. Let me make sure my options saved. Well, those did. My input's good. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right, single player, new career. AJ Faye, 77 is what. Actually, I'll just put my name in. Oh, I can't put my full name in. How about that? All right. Year number 77. Oh, okay. I'll just do. Oh my gosh, can I click and hold? No. Can I click and type? No. Today, Junior. Okay. I mean, I like the truck too much. If I want to do the ranks, but it makes you pick the class. Number of opponents, large. Opponent difficulty, max. Handling, realism, professional, sure. That's not number of opponents, it's my car number, brah. Alright, so we can only afford, let's see, it's 15, 22, 30, 45, 60. Yeah, so we can only afford this level of truck. Do we have an orange one? No, we do not. We'll get this one. It's cool. It reminds me of the Jerry Nadeau 13. Okay, so that's bought. We are not going to have sponsor offers because we've not raced before. We need to enter a series, so we're going to start in the lowest one, the Ratbag Stadium Series. And we will go to our first race at Hewitt Raceway. $120 for the prize money. We just bought a car for 12 grand. I did make sure this actually went into a race, and I did it with keyboard controls, and now I'm scared because I just clicked a race and it's not doing anything. Yes, that does in turn remind you of the Miami Dolphins because that's what it was for. Because Marino co-owning that team. Are you really not going to work now? Are you serious? Are you for reals? All right, last time I got the game, I swear to God I tested this. Let me. Oh no, it did actually give an error. Shoot, that's not good. All right, let me try to run this as an admin. Glide. Let's see if that goes any better. Will it let me skip the intros this time? No, it won't. No! That's loud. I really hate I can't skip the intro. I swear to God I tested that this raced, and it's not, and it worked last time I tested it. I got on track, I did a race now. I really don't understand why I can't tab out of the window. Can I Windows tab out? No, I can't. I can do this and bring up that, and then can I click back in? Yes. Now it's flickery. Or was that always like that? I don't think it was. Maybe it'll fix in the menu. All right, we might not be playing. No, don't ask me new questions. No. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let's leave it on keyboard for right now. I just want to make sure it loads into a race because I swear it did. Yeah, okay. So why did it crash in the career mode? There's nothing because I didn't save. All right, we're just going to be number 7 this time. Yep. set the controls after if we can get to the track. Buy it. Yes, done. Can we practice? Okay, this loads. Well, what's the issue here? Let me save it. AJ26. Sure. And we need to enter that series. Maybe it's just that track. Although I'm in admin mode now, so oh, okay. Oh, I'm on keyboard controls now. I didn't reconfigure. We'll keyboard qualify, and then I'll see if I can set the controls from the career mode. Let me know how the sound balancing is, because I can't see everything on my other monitor with this game. What's the... Oh, I have to set the button. I don't know what the button is to change the view. Oh god, it's such an old jank game. Is this just the outside oval? Is Baby's first track? It is. It's just an oval with a jump on the straightaway. Oops. Alright, well, I'm consistent. I forgot you get to... after the checker. That didn't do anything. Whoa! Oh, there's a monster truck area. Sweet. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to... Hold on 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't kill everything. Wait, why'd that not work? Oh no, because it's already open. I'm not gonna be able to exit the game when I'm done, probably. Oh, no, I don't want to skip. I'm going to have to play with the keyboard for the first race. I didn't see a control stick. Oh my gosh, we got all the cars. And now I have a mouse in the middle of the screen, which is probably really annoying. Or it's... The whole thing crashed. No! Okay, maybe we're not playing Leadfoot today. Sad face. Give me un momento. Plan B. Plan B. Hold on, did I download that? Did I install that? Search. So I'm gonna audible to DTR2 if it can install really quickly, because it's been brought back. There are online servers and everything now. Do they have... No, I'd have to download the base game. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I guess we're going back to plan ranking cars. Let me get this shortcut. Tier list. Let me 1990 add list and mods 1990 rival ally. Boom. You know what? Add one tier as. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I can't add a tier because this glitched out last time, so it's fine. All right, so we're on to tier lists now. Unfortunately, Leadfoot does not want to cooperate with me, and I'm really sad about that because I wanted to start playing the career there. Blaney's coming. Blaney, where's Blaney? What about Blaney? Am I missing racing? Is there racing going on? All right, let's switch to my... Okay, so that's only slightly zoomed in. I don't have a good background for this. Do I have an old thumbnail I could use? There we go. There's a good thumbnail. We'll just leave that up. All right, tier list time for paint schemes. It's gonna seem like there's dupes, but it's actually just the alternates. So right off the bat, my brain just blanked on. Oh my gosh, what is his name? I didn't have to paint him for 91 because he didn't run enough races. No. Cohort. Delma Cohort. That's it. Okay, so I want to put this S tier because it's so good, but I'm gonna put him in A tier for his Hooters car. His non-Hooters car is C, even though it's the same paint. The Mickey Gibbs Days In car, simple, but I think stands out in the crowd. So that's going up there. Now, here's where I'm a little torn because this one's iconic. That's A tier all day. The alternate with a zero, it's not bad. It just seems odd. I'll put it with we got the O's down here. Let's see. Derek Cope. Derek Cope's Purelator car. Fantastic paint scheme. Stole the win from Earnhardt. Well, I mean, was given the win from a tire failure for the Daytona 500. Went on to win a second race that year at Dover. So anybody who says that Cope got lucky that one time, he was a good driver for a brief stint and showed flashes of speed elsewhere. So honestly, dude is not what as bad as people rank. I kind of want to. So I wanted to add a tier above S, but I'll probably just sub rank them here. But this Purelator car is S tier. The Bud 11. I'm sorry, it's just one color. I'm not only reason. Forget E. I'm ignore E. F's gonna be what we use. But I the only reason I'm not putting it F tier for being just one color is that it stayed consistent and it stayed iconic in our minds for a period of time. Mike Alexander in the 12 car in this Ray Bestis that's got like a purple tinge to it. I'm gonna give that C just for being a different color than most cars. This one, while it's the same as the 11, it's just solid red. I'm dropping that to F. That was when I think Hut Strickland drove that one. AJ Foyt's 14, the Copenhagen car. It's similar to the Gibbs one being nice, but it's kind of not. I don't know. It's all right. This Morgan Shepherd, number 15, Motorcraft car. This one is, in my opinion, A tier. I really like this one. Mayfield made the color, one color kind of work. Not really, because his teammate was also the same one color. I didn't like that either, to be honest. The Publix 16. I feel like it's the same as Mickey's, where it really goes well with the sponsor, with the stripes. The Tide Ride. The Tide Ride. Ugh, do we S tier the Tide Ride? It's hard not to. I like the Purelator car better, but Tide Ride is S tier for me. Slim Fast car from Greg Sachs, same as these. I feel like it's unique enough to not just be blah, but it matches the sponsor well enough, so it gets bumped up to B. The Chad Little Bullseye car, I'm torn. Part of me thinks this paint's really good. And part of me, when I really look at it and criticize it, it's really bad. Because the sponsor's hard to read on some of the car. And sometimes they literally just cut like a white block out of the orange to show the sponsor. So I'm actually going to just put it in C because I'm torn. I'm flip-floppy. If we get to the music band schemes. No. So you know what? If you send me images like this, I will do a tier list of that. But these are just the Rival Ally images I made. So this one, D tier, because it's just a crappier version. They actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it F because it's a different sponsor, and they didn't even bother to change the car to match the sponsor. So it was Pelco was on that car. And then for Sonoma, they painted the car white, and it's like, okay, you tried to change it. So you know what? I am going to use E tier for man, the V8 version of the 2 car. I guess I didn't. Maybe I don't have all the Rival Ally images in that folder. Hold on. Let me check something, because I thought I made... oh, God. Who is the 2 car then? It was Ernie Irvan, I think. No, I put him in the 4. I thought I did alternate versions of the 2 car. Who did I give the 2 car? It was somebody that ran... It was Rick Mast. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, there is... no, there is 2 versions. There's the Alka-Seltzer version. Why is that not in my Rival Ally images? Well, there's the Alka-Seltzer one. I'll just open it up. So there's also that. I like the Alka-Seltzer one slightly better than the V8 one, but they're both like D at best, one color. Now, this is a fantastic paint that unfortunately was short-lived. I'm gonna S tier it because it's got sponsor synergy. It's not just a good paint, but it's got sponsor synergy. I should remake this program to show like a large version of the image when you mouse over it, because this is kind of bland a little the way I have it set up here. Okay. Oh, I just realized well, it's not really off. It's just the title bar. That's fine. The Wood Brothers 21 Citgo car when Neil Bonnet last drove it and Dale Jarrett took over after he got injured. I mean, this is at least A. I want to S tier it because I really like it, but critically rating it, it's just a red hood and a red stripe and not really anything fancy on it. So I'm gonna A tier it just because it's iconic as heck. Rick Mast Napa 22. It's one color. The best you can do with one color is D. And it's at least the Napa blue, so that's where you're at. Mike Chase's car. I like the sponsor logo on this, but again, it's just one color. I'm going to that one. Kenny Schrader's Kodiak car. In 1990, I like the 91 better than the 1990 better than 1991. I said I like the 91 better is what but I meant 1990 car better than the 1991 car. So do I think it's... No, I think it's here because it's the same thing as like they just kind of did stripes that match the color of the company, but it's like I like that. It's same with this, same with the Brett Bodine Quaker State car, same thing. It's right here. Fits the logo. It fits the colors of the sponsor and the brand. Ooh, now here's a hot take on... Well, maybe not a hot take, but here is the question. The Miller Lite Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace car. White numbers or gold numbers? Because I think the gold numbers look better like sitting still. But I think the white numbers... I think the gold numbers blend too much when the car is in motion. It doesn't really stand out as iconic. So, that said, I'm gonna... let's see. I'm gonna put the white numbers... God, I think the gold looks better here. I'm gonna put the gold numbers in B. Again, it matches the sponsor well. I'm debating A, but I don't know. They didn't stick with it long enough. And then I'll put this one down in C just to match it up here. Davey Allison's Havoline. It's right. It's the same thing. B tier is just my... You match the sponsor well. You just striped it, but match the sponsor well. So that's my B tier. who the heck drove this? Because I switched it to Phil Parsons because he drove it a little bit, but I don't remember. Dale Jarrett was supposed to drive this car in this season prior to Neil Bonnet getting injured. Oh, the Alka-Seltzer car is there. These just came in a weird order. Okay. I'm A-tiering this. I really like this one. They have a little mountain range in, and it's just, but as far as the color choice and the design, like, this is a solid one. Ken Schrader didn't change numbers. He changed teams. Kenny Schrader was 25 is Hendrick, and the 33 is oh God, what is that team name? But that's a different sponsor too. That's Skull. The 29's on sponsor car. You know what? Honestly, I mean, it's got a design. It's got a unique design, which is half the battle in 1990. If it had a matching sponsor, I'd put it A, but because they didn't get a sponsor and they just kind of chose a design, that gives me vibes of the Six Pack movie a little bit for some reason. Maybe it's just where the angle stripe is. All right, so the Alka-Seltzer one, I did say I liked it better than the V8, but I'm still only C tiering because it's just one color. Earnhardt's number 3. All right, I'm gonna get hate. It's not S tier. It's okay. Earnhardt made it S tier. Earnhardt made it iconic. He kept the paint scheme so long. GM Goodwrench kept the paint scheme so long. It became iconic. It became S tier. However, 1990 in a nutshell, it's at best B, or sorry, at best A. And I'm going to put it there because he won the championship. But if I'm just rating the paint scheme and completely ignoring the driver, it's right here in my matches the sponsor. Looks pretty good. Basic stripe tier. But I'm going to put it in A because he won the championship. I'll give him that nod. The Maxwell House Country Time ride. This one had some ugly iterations early in the season. They ran this with orange numbers at Rockingham. And if you haven't seen that, look it up. Google Michael Waltrip Rockingham 1990. See if you can find a photo or two, or just watch the race on NASCAR Classics. God, it was so ugly with the orange number. They switched to white number. A two-sponsor paint scheme, a two-sponsor shared. I mean, I'm sure they probably had the same parent company, but a double sponsor shared paint scheme, like, that's pretty sick. I'm not going to put it S because it is just kind of split. That's where the design comes from, I guess, but I'm going to put it A, but it's good, but it's not S. And the only tier I'm going to subrate, by the way, is probably S once we get all of them. Gosh, excuse me. Once we get all of them mapped. The Skull Bandit. It's so simple, but it is so hard to not S tier this. But I feel like it falls in the same category of Earnhardt's being iconic because it stuck around so long. But Harry Gant's Skull Bandit for 1990, again, 90 in a nutshell. The best I can do is A tier. So Bill Venturini. I like the Amoco logo better than Rain-X. And I think the car number font's pretty neat because it's kind of got like a shadow splitness going on. It was fun to make too. It was fun to paint that because I had to make that number custom. While a basic scheme, I like the color combo. I want to A it because of the car number, but I feel like I'm doing a lot of A's here. I'm gonna B it, and the Rain-X version can go in the D tier, I guess, even though it's the same design. But the Amoco logo looks cool. It doesn't really match the sponsor, so it's weird to put it on my sponsor matching tier. Yes, Gant is a big personality too. Dick Johnson's number 38 car. I don't remember that sponsor, and I can't read it that small on my tier. That's why I gotta maybe update this little program that I wrote for fun in a day a long time ago. Do it's basic, but it's I mean it does it go with the spot. I mean we have some one color cars down here. I'll I'm gonna see it. We'll see it. Another one that it's basic. It's technically one color. However, the Kodak logo back here always looked cool. It's kind of in the same realm of iconic because they kept it so long, even though it had many different drivers. You know what? I'm just gonna B tier it. It really works well for the sponsor. It's a unique shade of yellow, like a golden yellow, that worked for the Kodak Gold film and stuff like that. Okay, these are in order basically. The Tommy Kendall ones. So the one he ran at Sonoma, they just slapped Chevy bow ties all over the thing. Apparently, I just found out right before the race, or between practice and the race, they slapped those on because they were not there in practice, or maybe it was qualifying. I don't know. Um, this has got to be. Ooh, can I scroll? Did I make this work? Okay, this has got to be D tier. It's maybe even E tier. Yeah, that's E tier. Now they added some stripage. They added an eagle that's kind of cool. However, this number's really hard to read from far away or car in motion. The one thing they did really cool with this though is there's a pinstripe blue. Let me bring it up. Let's get it bigger so we can look at it proper. There is a why is that window in a weird spot? Okay. There is this pinstripe blue that they kind of had chop out where the number opens up. That I like that little detail that it blends into the number, but that number's hard to read at motion. So I'm only going to go one tier higher to D for that one. Now, when they went red outline, blue number, and the eagle and the stripes, much better. Matches the sponsor well, so that goes up in our B tier here. Now this one I'm just gonna drop. I'm just gonna drop straight in D tier just because it's a dupe, and they didn't have a sponsor. The only thing I don't like about this is the red Chevy bow tie on a dark red hood, but this Larry Pearson 41 with the Larry Hedrick 41 on the hood, and that gold fade going up. I like this. I like this one. This is A tier. It's a solid paint. It stands out. It looks cool. Kyle Petty's peak car, not his peak paint scheme. However, anyone that can rock a light like a sky blue and a pink on a paint scheme and get away with it, it's A tier. It's solid. Petty's STP, the biggest pain in the butt to paint on this game, but it's super iconic. I'm not gonna S tier it, and I'll show you why. I'm gonna A tier it, but I'll show you why. Let me load up the actual flat, and I'll show you. The red STP logo over the red stripe, like it needs a buffer outline to break that up. I don't like how that just goes through. Which fine, I could still S tier it. And also they did the actual Pontiac headlights on these, which I think was cool to do that. Because back then they did a lot of just the outlines from like every other paint. But the way they just slapped these logos on the back and left this empty in the middle was so weird. That's why I'm not S tiering it. Is just that reason alone. All right, there were a lot of 47 variants here. The blank one is going. Oops, that's not where I want you. You're gonna go in. It's just a blank white car. You didn't even paint it, probably. Well, I mean, I guess you have to because it'd be metallic. But yeah, you just painted it white. When they had V8 and was it Prego sauce on there? I mean, you go up to like D tier, I guess. This one, the hood's blank. I'll throw you to E. But this logo is Jack Pennington. Give me a second. This Springsteen Properties logo, as weird as it is, I like this logo a lot. So your C, I'm being very generous. You get a C tier. Now, Ricky Rudd's Levi Garrett, number 5. The only reason I'm not S tiering it, the car number being yellow down onto the yellow section of the car does not bode well. It doesn't blend well. You were expecting back markers to be F tier. Heck no, dude. There are a lot of good paints for back markers. Not necessarily in 90, but over the years there are some good ones. Ricky Rudd, I have to A tier your Levi Garrett car just because look at that. What's that car number? I don't know. You have to you have to look at this to see it. You can't look at it on the car. Ted Musgraves, number 50, his rookie debut. Had a cool sponsor logo, but it's a basic white car. You didn't do anything fun with it. The Plasticoat 51. Maybe I shouldn't have made B tier where it just matches the sponsor well. I feel like C tier should have been that. Of like, it matches the sponsor well, but isn't anything to write home about. Because that's where I'm putting the Plasticoat car. It's nice. It's basic, but it matches the sponsor. It's fine. The 3 versions of the Alka-Seltzer Jimmy Means ride. I have been flip-floppy on this in my opinion. I like the silver reflective number, but on that light blue, it just disappears. And this is just a different font version of that he only ran at Daytona. This one I don't like. I'm F-tiering that. I don't like that font at all. I think I'm gonna it's just one color. I can't go higher than C for one color. But it looks, other than, I guess, the Kodak car technically. But it looks so good. And it's a unique color that, honestly, when's the last time you've seen that shade of a race car? Well, actually, no. There were a few last year that ran. Like, in the same race, there were 4 different teams that ran this, like, kind of tealish light blue. It was Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and like 2 other cars in the same race last year. They all had that same blue. But I don't know. It was a long gap since anybody ran it. And this one I'll just throw down to E because, I mean, I like it, but you know what? We'll put it D. Just because I'm not going to put it in the same tier as the other. Jerry O'Neill, low budget, did not do anything, just had a white car. Ooh, so the Heinz 57, I mean, it's basic for the most part. The stripes got the right colors, but the name going up on the slant is like the Coors, the Bill Elliott Coors style. I'm going to A tier it. It matches the sponsor well, but I feel like it's a step above the other ones that just match the sponsor. So I'm going to A tier it. I put myself in a box. These should have been C. I feel like everything should be bumped down 1. I could do that quick. We'll you know what? Rapid fire. We'll just... Oh no, my boxes don't resize right. They don't re-shrink. They only grow. I'm gonna just bump down. Bump everybody. We'll discern when we get to A, but you know what? All right, maybe we'll discern some in B. You go down. I'm torn on some of these. That one. That one. The Kendall car. I'm good with that B tier. Oh, do it to Earnhardt. Tier 3 for Dale. Oh, I'm doing it. Tier 3 for... I should have numbered these. Tier 3 for Dale. The Gantt car stand. They at least did the roof different. I think I'm pretty happy with that split up now. All right, Mark Martin's Folgers car. Another real pain in the butt to paint. I think worse than... no, it probably took me about the same amount of time to paint these. But... it's basic, but it's got the design works into the logo, which is pretty cool. So, but Yeah, I guess I gotta put it with the Heinz car. It's on the same sort of level. The Route 66 car, a blacked out hood, they made that work. I'm just gonna B tier it. The Trop Arctic car is, I don't know why, it doesn't jive with me as well. So you're going down to D tier. Okay. Oh boy, Bobby Hamilton with all the paints. So I would put this one high, except we already have the 29 car, which is the same paint. Because you literally just use the same car. Not your fault, Bobby Hamilton, but it's going to go in the tier. This thing, same as Mike Chase. Mike Chase is 23. So, you know what? Mike Chase is 23 is in the E tier. You're dropping down. You just stole the car. Your blank ass car, down. Now, Country Time, it's one color, but it goes well. I mean, it's the pink stands out. The yellow and pink. It makes you want lemonade. It makes you want pink lemonade. Why do I want to C tier it? It's one color. All right, I'm D tiering. Okay, Kawicki Xerox car. This has to be S tier. I know the Hooters car is iconic. I know that with Future Sight, it is iconic. But a paint scheme in 1990 with gradients on it. I mean, I got to get a bigger shot of it for you guys. But to do gradients on a paint scheme and the gradients in the logo, yeah, it's just a big stripe going around the car that literally like is different sizes and different sections, and not just because it's on an NT04 body. But the gradients working in the slant of the 7, like, you know, to leave that buffer gap, I like it a lot. That's iconic. JD McDuffie, I am sorry. You have the reflective number, which I do like, and that font's I like the 7 in the font. I like both the numbers in the font. So, you know, car number alone, I'm going to put you in D tier, but it's one color. Dave Marcus, for the iconicness of this shade of blue, it is petty blue, basically, but with just that shade of blue, I kind of want to put you also in D tier, but I'm going to put you in tier because it's just one color, my guy. Ooh, okay. Actually, I forgot there were 2 Slim Fast cars this year. So this one we put up here because it used the red and the white and the yellow. This one also used the red and the white and the yellow together, but it is a gradient, but it's a basic one. I feel like I'm getting more harsh the further in we get here. I'm putting it down. This thing, 99% of people are putting this in F tier. Because it literally, the right side of the car doesn't look like the left side of the car. That's Mike Potter's car. Let me get his car up on screen in a new form. Oh, not that. This one. So, like, if you look at the right side of the car, you see a red stripe here and a green stripe there. If you look at the left side of the car, you see no red stripe here. It's on the nose in a weird spot, and you see a green stripe here. It's weird. It's weird. But I'm D-tiering because, like, it's unique. It's 3 colors I've never seen on a race car. So for uniqueness alone, you go from F to D tier. Just on that. The Dinner Bell 75. This is going in the, we put stripes on it and it matches the sponsor. The blue number I like less. We're gonna The Spears car. Iconic paint. Everybody associates it with the 75 because it was on the 75 more than the 76. That's at least got to go with the we match the sponsor. You know what? Honestly, because I have the Kodiak and the Havoline car, it's B tier. It's got to go up here. The Jasper 77. There's a better car than this one. That he ran. Did I not paint the other one? I know I wanted to. I guess I didn't. My mind is blanking on. Oh, Ken Reagan. That's right. Yeah, no, I never painted the other one. That's right, because I didn't find good pictures of it till after this pack was done, and I was already working on 91. So I said, I'm just gonna leave it. But it's just it's a unique color. People are afraid to run green for superstition, other than when your sponsor made you. But to choose it, I mean, that's a bold choice. But it's just a green with a stripe. You're going eh. The Snickers number 8. Hot dang, this car was nice. Bobby Hillin, I believe, drove it most of the season. It is just a stripe going around the car, but it swoops the hood to the side, to the trunk, and around. It makes a loop. It's got to be A tier for the time period. Today, not that's like C tier at best, but 1990, that's A tier. Uh, where do I go with you? I mean, it's basic, but it's for lack of sponsorship. Do I see it? I see it. I like it. I don't know. I don't know why. I like it. Mark Stalls, number 82, sponsored by a car wash that I don't know if it was a national chain or a local one or family owned or what. But other than the roof, it's one color. So I got an ant. Now this is also one color, but this at least like I don't know. The yellow and black looks way better to me than the white and red. So I'm gonna just D tier it. It matches the sponsor well, but it's basic. Your white one, nah, just solid white, nothing interesting. Ooh, okay. The Evinrude cars and the Amico one. Well, the Amico one, I like the Amico logo, but I'm just gonna, for sake of repetition here, you're going down in the app because it's just a dupe. But here's a hot take. So this was their 91 scheme that they only ran late season in 1990. But I actually like their 90 scheme better. And again, this is like the Brewster Baker six-pack movie car. Let me bring it up. Brewster Baker 49 car. Actually, I think it's slightly better, but it's similar. There you go. So there it is. In many iterations. There it is in the actual movie scenes. So, I mean, that's more or less what we're looking at. Blue nose with the red stripe and the gap in the white, and except this one runs down the side. So it's basically the Brewster Baker paint. But I freaking love the Brewster Baker paint. Is it A or is it B? I feel like it's B. It has to be B, just because the sponsor is missing, which puts this one at C. It is your new paint for the new year that you did in advance, so that's a different approach, but it's all right. The Coors Elliott number 9. It's super iconic. I feel like it's the same thing as the Heinz car. It's got multicolored stripes, except it has a different color back, whereas the Heinz car was red through the back. Actually, the Heinz car, I think, used to be white in the back, too, or for a year. So weirdly, it was like the same as the Bill Elliott one with different colored stripes. But it's got to be A tier. It's too iconic to not be A tier. The other public-sponsored car. This one by Buddy Baker. Yeah. I feel like I have to just match the white Publix car with the green Publix car. The logo doesn't stand out as well on the green one, but I like that light green better, because again, a color you don't really see on cars much. Troy Beebe's number 93 Fry's paint. This had no business being as good of a car as it is. But Fry's Electronics, and I don't even know, Mayfield, or what was his sponsor? I can't read it on there. Well, now I made it small, so I really can't read it on there. Oh, he also had Save Mart. They also had an alternate version of this that I almost painted, but I couldn't find enough pictures of it, that had Taco Bell logos on it, but they left the paint scheme the same. But yeah, Save Mart's on the back there. I thought it was the Mayfield's Markets store or whatever. But that, I don't know why, but that, I don't know. It looks nice. So it's C tier. Again, 1990 standards. It looks nice. It's more than one color. You tried. Like, that's, that's automatic C tier at the time. The Sunoco 94. It's kind of basic. They did something different with the stripes than anyone else did, and it kind of made it unique. So I kind of want to A tier it for the same reason as like doing the Heinz car up here. But I kind of want to B tier it because I don't know. I think they could have done something cool with the Sunoco Arrow or the red. So I'm gonna B tier it. I feel like it just, I don't know. It's lacking a little something. The Kellogg's 97 car. This is another basic one that matches the logo. The logo's cool. It's basic, but I like it and it matches the sponsor. So it's going in the C tier along with like the Days In Mickey Gibbs car for the same reasons. The Winn-Dixie and the Banquet Foods Butch Miller cars. They're kind of the same match. I mean, they did a little more with the design than the basic stripes, so I'm gonna put a B tier. The Banquet Foods variant, I'm gonna put D. Yes. Okay, and apparently out of my folder, I had all the Days of Thunder cars, and I'm gonna exclude my Tim Richmond fantasy cars. They were, I like them. They're basic. I feel like they fit the time period and are believable. All right, so here's the question. Let me first order these, and then we'll do the Days of Thunders in the mix, or maybe the Days of Thunders just as their own sub comparison. The Purelator, the Tide, the Crown Car, and Xerox. Let me bring them up here. So Kawiki. Oh boy, this is gonna take me a hot minute. Kawiki. And where are you? Wait, I have a Chuck Bound car. Oh yeah, the 97 was Chuck Bound. I forgot that. Where in the world is Rob Moroso? There he is. Okay. And Rob Moroso. Oops. Rob Moroso. I know my keyboard shortcuts. And then Daryl Waltrip. The Tide Ride. Oops, that's not it. And Derek Cope. And the Purelator Ride. And that one's honestly the now that we're further, like, because this was early. Now that we're further in, I feel like Derek Cope's car is the lowest of these. It's just a cool checkered pattern, which it matches the logo perfectly. I mean, the orange with the blue, that light blue and orange go together well. So, I mean, that kind of works. But it is just a checkered stripe. This is working the Tide logo, the swoop into the paint, which is cool as heck. Again, the gradient. There were two cars with gradients on them in 1990. This is perfectly the company logo. You don't have to see the Xerox text to know. If you took every paint scheme and removed the logos and just left the paint scheme minus text and, I mean, even just the logo itself, I think this one you'd recognize, this one you'd recognize, and this one, if you, at the time, you would recognize perfectly and know the sponsor. I guess that's true with a lot of them. But the Xerox one, like, that straight up is, like, these two gradients are not used anywhere else. These three colors are used in other sponsors. These three colors maybe exist with other companies, but less likely. So I think because of that, I think literally 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is my order. So Kawiki to the top of the S tier, Waltrip to second, and Rob Moroso to third, and Derek Cope fourth. That's my S tier. I'm not going to order the rest of the tiers. If I had to pick a favorite out of A, I'm between Delma Cower, I don't know how to say his name, and actually the Skull Car. This Skull Car is better than the. I'm bumping Harry down because this Skull Car is better than Harry Gant's Skull Car. Sorry, but that stripe is better. So they can't be on the same tier. I think I like Delma's the best, and let me get a bigger shot of that one for those that are not familiar. Also, I'm not going to say he's the first Hooters car in NASCAR, but he's one of the first. But this triple color stripe, which wraps the car, does a lap, does the hood shape, and then is down here and fades off. Like, that's cool. I don't know. I really like that. And he had a pineapple on the car for the Masters in. So, I mean, I don't know. That's why Delma's top of the A list. I'm not going to order the rest of the A, but that's my favorite of those. Now, how do we do this? All right. The Exxon one, while iconic, it is the most basic. All right. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 tiers and we have 6 paints. So as much as it's going to pain me to put some of these low, consider this its own ranking that I'm going to do. So the Exxon car is the worst of the car. I love it. It's basic, but I love it. So it's the worst. Kind of does an Alamo roof thing on the front bumper. Oh, with the Delma car? Yeah. That's true with the way it swoops in. I like that. That's a good point. Which of these do I like the second least? Because I like all of them a lot. Oh, this is hard. Play this game if you're watching. Please do this in your mind. If you had to rank these in order, I know I'm tier listing. They're all, in my opinion, these are all freaking S tier. But if you had to actually put them in order and separate them, where do you go with these? I'm trying to bring them up. I don't see them on my screen. Oh, because they're in a different folder. That's why. Aldo Benedetti. I mean, it's got the color. It's got the logo colors worked in so good. It's a basic one, but it's so good. Look at that. Look at that man. I feel like I have to put Aldo down here, but I really like that paint, and it really works well with the Goodies logo, but it's dropping. Oh, it's so hard. This is so hard to do. I love the mellow yellow paint. But you know what? When we get to when Petty drove it, I'll probably rank it higher. I'm actually, hot take, I like mellow yellow too. It's really good. Hot take, I'm dropping the mellow yellow one. It only got one race in the movie. It did spawn the best paint scheme, or one of the best. It's basic. It's just stripes. It's just stripes straight down the door. But the color combo, it's so popping, like with the logo and everything. The logo's what makes it more than the scheme, but I gotta D-tier it because it's used more. Superflow, man, if y'all did this, if you guys actually sponsored somebody as a primary sponsor, and you sponsored so many cars as like a secondary or tertiary sponsor, you so could have done this. This would have been great. But I really like it. My one gripe is the white number on the white door is my one gripe. I think this should have been like the suit. The actually, let me bring it up because again, I'm pointing at tiny stuff here. In my opinion, if you did the number on the door the same way you that the Superflow font is on the white with a black inside and the pink outline, or even maybe with that blue as an outline, I think that would have been better. I think the black number would have been better. I'd have to maybe try it to see, but I think the white on white is where I'm dropping that. So you're going C. Or no, wait. Do I have too many tiers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I do have one extra tier. All right. Well, consider everything up one tier for the for these ones. The question is. Let me bring them up. And Russ Wheeler. The question is, the City Chevy that started it all, or probably one of the best matching its sponsor standout paint schemes. They're both basic. There's just color in front, color in middle, same as the front is in the back. Green, yellow, green, orange, blue, orange. I think the City Chevy logo is better. But I think this matches the Hardee's logo. This matches better. So, my final decision: City Chevy A, and the Hardee's car, the best one from Days of Thunder. It's a hot take. The Puppa does not like that decision. The one gripe I have with it is mostly that this number is so crazy slanted. It doesn't fit on a 2004 car with contingencies. But obviously on the original design, it's fantastic. That slant makes it look fast, makes it look great. It's such a basic paint, but it's so good. So I think that's my final verdict. And I mean, I didn't know Hardee's was a real thing when I was watching this movie as a kid because we don't have any in my area. But I'll tell you what, anytime I've seen a Hardee's when I've been out, I'm like, I gotta eat there. Because of this, probably, subconsciously, because of this. So, that's my best scheme from Days of Thunder, and Alan Kawicki's Xerox is my number one scheme of 1990 in general. And I think with that, guys, I've been streaming a while. I've been neglecting other things in my life for part of my birthday. That is technically the birthday obligation, I guess. Not obligation, but if you're celebrating it right, you're doing whatever the hell you want, and that's why we're here. So, but with this, guys, I'm gonna leave the stream, or I'm gonna end the stream. We could do a 91 tier list. If you guys like the tier list, if you guys like the NASCAR Legends content, if you want me to try to get Leadfoot to work better, the off-road dirt game, I could work on those things. Just let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you're still here. If you guys like this sort of stuff, and we could do more of this. But otherwise, I'm gonna head out for the night. So thank you guys for tuning in or watching this after the fact. I'm closing in on 40, and I feel like I'm still in my mid to late 20s. Other than, I mean, my body doesn't feel like I'm in my mid to late 20s, but the things I enjoy in life are all the same. I'm still a big nerd, not just for NASCAR, but in general. But either way, I will see you guys next time I make something or stream.